Hey, what's going on, chat? Nice to see you all again. Welcome back to another episode of the meme stream. It is I, the host of the Nightmare, Struck300, and I'm happy to have you. Oh, we got some stuff to talk about today. I'm back at streaming. Wagwan shot. I'm sorry. That was my attempt at sort of like an island accent. It didn't really work out that well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It didn't work out that well. Nice to see you all. How you all doing? Anything fun? Anything interesting going on with you all? Oh, whoops. There we go. I was like, why is the camera so dark? I forgot that I took a cold, I was a little sleepy, so I decided to take a cold shower before stream to kind of become unsleepy, to wash the sleepy away. So after I clicked go live, I went to go take a cold shower, and boy, that shit was like a fat slap across my cheek, man. It was bad. Did it work? Yeah, I'm definitely less sleepy than I was mere moments ago. I'm more wet too, but I always get wet when I stream. What? Nice to see you all. Got my ADHD med prescription today. Yo, congratulations. I set up a new appointment with my doctor because the meds that I have, they're just not, my stimulants, they ain't stimulating. I'll just say the stimulation is not happening on these, which kind of pisses me off because I did pay $70 out of pocket for this medicine, and I would really wish that it was not as expensive. So yeah, my money be gone. My head still hecked. Yep. It ain't good. Visited your sister over the weekend? Yo, sick. What happened? Y'all do anything fun? Meds cost $150? Wait, did you try any like good RX codes? It didn't bring it down below $150? That's mind-boggling to me. That's completely insane. Listen, I know we talk a lot about healthcare on this channel, but in ways that we can kind of improve it. But if they're not gonna just give us free healthcare or whatever, could they at least make it legal to steal from the drug companies? You know what I mean? Like, can you at least make it so that I could break into their like drug banks and then take what I need or something along those lines? Like, you got to do one or the other. You either got to give it to me for free or allow me to steal it. Otherwise, it's actually not even fair. It's just not fair. You can't like arrest me for trying to take what I need and also not give me what I need. Something's got to break here. I'm going to tell you, it ain't going to be me. We should be allowed to rob them. Unless we get it for free. I mean, is once again, like, I think it should just be like a sort of prize. You know what I mean? I don't think that they should be able to like use lethal force against you, but they also like, you know, it should be like a game, you know? They can't block you. It's kind of what I'm thinking of is kind of like you, okay. It's kind of like a maze. You can set up a maze. All right. You can set up a maze. You can set up some non-lethal booby traps, I think. Maybe like a pit of snakes or something. Alligator pit. Just don't fall in and it's not really lethal, you know what I mean? Like a moat. They can set up stuff like that, maybe like a big hand that swats you away if you trip if you like trip a tripcord or something. But you should always be allowed to take it. It's just like if you got what it takes to be able to go in and take it, they shouldn't be allowed to stop you. That's just my opinion. Chat, what do you guys think? It should be turn-based once they rob you. Once you rob them, they should get a chance to rob you back. No, that's not fair because they have more money. They got more cash. That shouldn't be the case. No, not. It has to be like. It has to be kind of like, you know. It has to be equivalent. They don't get to rob you back because you have less to take, right? Maybe they get to like kind of tie your arms to your side and then put you in a catapult and then like shoot you out. Shoot you out of the lab through a window or something. Something along those lines if they catch you. Maybe stuffed into a cannon or something, shot out. They shouldn't be able to steal back. That's just not fair. What's going on here, man? All right. I am thankfully feeling a little bit better. I did notice that my ADHD has made it a little difficult for me to be able to keep up with time. So I started keeping a clock around, like an actual clock. It's cool. It has a little light. Yeah, see, it's a cute little light. So when I need to do something, I'll just set the alarm. You know what I mean? I'll just set the alarm and then set it to the side, and then it'll ring whenever I need it. It's pretty sick. It's been working out. I feel a little stupid carrying around a whole clock. I'm gonna be honest with me. What if you strapped it to your wrist? That's actually a really good idea. I'm kind of. You should have DM'd that to me, and we could have like kind of put it together to make it like a sort of idea where you take a whole watch, you take a whole clock, and then you put on your wrist clock. Lock. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I learned that the creator of Centuria was actually the former assistant of the creator of Chainsaw Man. That actually makes a little bit of sense because Centuria is a little, it's a little hecked up. I would imagine somebody that has a couple screws loose would probably do something along those lines. It's very much in line with what I was expecting from that person. How are things with sleep? Oh, my sleep's a little bit better. I have this. That's my pill bottle. My girlfriend likes to shake it in the morning sometimes, and I come running. It's very fun. I think of it as like a bonding experience. No, she gave me Seroquel and everything. It's pretty cool. It has been helping. It has definitely been helping me get to sleep. You know what? I think I've cracked the code into fixing my life. Okay. Here it is. Waking up at 6 a.m. I know, sounds crazy. I wanted to like jump out of a window when I first heard it, but then I was like, I think this might be the key. I think probably waking up at 6 a.m. every day might fix my life. I'm gonna be honest with you. It might fix all my problems. Clear my skin. Grow my dick 3 inches. That's like double the size. Put $1 billion in my bank account instantly. I feel like it's possible. A better world is possible if we just wake up at 6 a.m. Yes, a structured environment is key. I think that's really what I need, is a structured environment. I really think I need just to wake up at 6 a.m. Earliest I can get up is 8 a.m. No. Let's just be honest. Earliest you want to get up is 6 a.m. You can get up earlier than you can get up earlier than 8 a.m. You can definitely get up at 6. I want to start getting up at 6. Personally. But the reason why is because for me, getting up at 6 isn't really getting up at 6, because waking up at 6 is kind of getting up at like 7:30. You know what I mean? Because like once you wake up, you need your like bedtime. You know what I'm saying? You need your time to kind of just sit there in bed for a little while. So for me, like I wake up at 6 and then I just kind of lay there motionless for about an hour and a half, and then I get up and start my day. So I feel like it will give me like a little bit of a head start in the day. That's what I'm kind of thinking right now. Your and GF get up at the same time? Kind of. Like she gets up, and then sometimes she'll wake me up. But I'm personally a big sleeper, so usually she'll wake up before me. But she likes to crawl over to my side of the bed anyways, throw herself on top of me. So in my dream, there's just this weight on top of me, right? And usually I wake up or something because of that. For me, going to bed at the same time made mountains move. I pop a sedative and shut down instantly. Maybe that's really what I need in my life, huh? Maybe that's really what I need. I've been kind of doing it. I've been going to bed like around 10 p.m. every day. And honestly, it's been pretty nice. And I think you can kind of tell a difference because I've started to get more videos out as well. It's now not 1 week in between videos that get uploaded on the main channel. I've now uploaded for the first time in a little bit 2 videos back to back, which felt pretty nice. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be uploading a 3rd one tomorrow, right? And what's getting recorded today is gonna get uploaded in 2 days from now. I believe, unless anything else comes up.
Based and red pilled.
So yeah, good things are happening. Thank you so much, Smoothie, for the $2.79 Canadian dollars. I appreciate you. Did you see the massive Zionist rally in Canada? I did not. I mean, there's massive Zionist rallies everywhere. There's massive pro-Israel rallies everywhere. A lot of people, especially here in Western countries, are very pro-Israel. I mean, I wasn't really planning on talking about it, but the European Union had their elections recently, and the far right and right-wing parties like came up really big and took a lot more seats from liberal and liberal, centrist, and some left-wing parties as well. And Israel came out and they were like, we think this is actually pretty good for us, actually, right? I remember the days where Jews did not enjoy the rise of the far right in Europe personally, but you know, times really changed. Times change, people change, you stayed the same. Stayed the same. That's why, I mean, it makes a lot of sense once you realize that a lot of the forces pushing for the state of Israel as we know it today came from exporting European ethno-nationalism into the Middle East, especially in the land we know as Palestine, Israel today. So, I mean, that's not really surprising that there's a big Zionist rally out there. How many people were paid to be there? How many paid actors? Lord, I don't even know. But it's not super surprising, right? Those types of people are very driven right now. Everybody's really driven right now in a very in a very charged environment that we're in right now. So it's not super surprising. So, but thank you so much for the $2 Canadian. Thank you so much for that. For the super chat. Too anxious to sleep, too depressed to get up. That sounds like somebody who needs some pills. Let Big Pharma feed you pills. That'll fix you. Boy, howdy. This is my star projector. I have it over here. I don't turn it on very often anymore. Have you seen Reddit crawling with Zionists in every sub? I did hear some stuff about that, and there's this subreddit called Israel Palestine. I thought it was just gonna be like debate and commentary about it, but it's all basically just pro-Israel people being like, Palestinians all deserve to die, and that's just kind of it, which is a little scary. I'm gonna be honest. I don't personally like it. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. There was some guy who was doing calculations to prove that enough food was actually getting into Gaza and there is no starvation happening. Everybody is just lying about it. But the reason for why they feel like they're not getting enough food is because Hamas keeps stealing all of the food and then putting it somewhere, I don't really know, or throwing it away or destroying all the food to forcibly starve everybody. and Israel is doing literally everything they can to stop Palestinians from starving, but Hamas just keeps doing the starving. And everybody in the comment section was like, bro, I needed this. I knew those Arabs were lying. Holy shit. It was kind of, it was a little worrisome. Rudy Giuliani mugshot dropped in Arizona. Man looks like a goblin. Yeah, man's been I didn't think that he had more hair to lose, but he showed me up. He definitely had more hair to lose. He definitely had more hair to lose. I did not know he did. He shocked me with that one. Rudy Giuliani, a man of many surprises, honestly. A man of so many surprises. I did see it. It was just I don't know, it's like the top of his head looks like a ball sack now, you know what I mean? It's just furry. It's just pubes now. Very sad stuff. Somebody sent me this video to watch, but I never really got into it. So I guess we can take a look, isn't that right, chat? 1 minute. The only thing I know is that somebody said, OMG, I feel so bad. Now, why they do that to him? Let's see.
Apparently, I must be like really fucking ugly.
Buddy, no.
Cause why did I just go meet up with somebody to go somewhere to eat, and they get out of their car and they're supposed to come in my car, and we go there and they're like, oh, I think we can go to another spot. And I'm like, okay, I can, like, you will just go in my car, right? And they're like, oh no, like, just follow me, we'll go, I'll follow, take you there. And like, tell me why the fuck they get in their car and go off, and I like try to catch up to them, right? And like they start like speeding up, and
no,
I like kind of lose them, and then I look on my phone and I'm blocked.
That's crazy. It's crazy. Why like why'd they do a sort of like video game chase mission where you have to lose the tail of your date? You could have just been like, hey, I don't want to go on this date. Like, sure, that would have sucked, but to run them through a chase through the city in order to try to like shake them off your tail and take enough weird turns that they don't can you imagine this person that he's like running lights and weaving in and out of traffic? He runs on the wrong side of the road, goes up the off ramp on the on the highway just to get out of this date. Are you crazy? That's beyond the shitty. This can't be real, man. This can't be real. No way. You can't be serious. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. They thought he would check his phone to call. Nah, like it was definitely the second they hopped into the car. The second they hopped into the car, they probably hopped on their phone, blocked, and then booked it. That's definitely what happened. So the block was to make sure that he would never be able to reach out, and then the weaving in and out of the city, to get to his next mission was to be able to shake him off his tail. That's, I don't know, genuinely insane stuff. Why can't you just say I don't want to go on this date? You could have just made it up and been like, I have crazy diarrhea right now, man. Like, I think I shit myself twice on the way here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think wait, don't come any closer. I shit really bad, and I don't have a change of clothes. I'm like, I'm out here creating mud pies. You know what I mean? But I blew a hole in the ozone layer. I just contributed to global warming with the type of gas that I just produced. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think I might need to go home. That would just do something like that. Don't be weird about it. Don't be crazy about it, man. Imagine the moment you realize, because you know you look so creepy. I wouldn't even say you really look. I wouldn't even say you look creepy. I would just be like, what is happening? I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be honest. The second I realized I was blocked, my ass would go into midnight club mode. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, you're not gonna lose me. You're gonna hop out of the car and then you're gonna say that you don't want to go on the date. But you're not going to just shake me in the middle of the city. I promise you. Okay? I played too much midnight club. I'm gonna be honest, I'd start to lock in. I'd start to lock in. I'd I'd take my car out of econ mode. I'd whip the bitch into sport, and we're gonna see how well you can really drive. We're gonna see if you can lose me. Okay, I'm talking taking a picture of the license plate. I'm talking running running the details of the car, finding the owner. All I'm saying is that they're gonna look in the rearview mirror and be like, "Oh my gosh, I lost him! Finally, I lost him." Pulled up to their house. Well, whose car is that? I'm sitting outside, leaning on the hood, like, "Hey, buddy." Oh, so this is where you want to go on the date? You can't be serious. Yeah, you just make some shitty excuse about. Just be normal and make some shitty excuse about why you don't want to go on the date. Don't initiate a car chase. A car chase is so crazy. Sam Sauce 22. Thank you so much for the 20 months in a row, 14-month streak. For joining the frenzy. Being incredibly pog. Appreciate you. My bad. Remaining a part of the frenzy. Found some mock strawberries on my hike. Yo, sick. Sick. How'd they taste? All the experiences in Mario Kart finally in the real world. I'm gonna hit that bitch with a blue shell with no regret. With no regret. Okay. I'm watching the mini map. Wait for them to spin out. I've already memorized their builds. Invincibility period. The second it's over, I'm throwing another shell. You are not losing me. They're edible, but almost no flavor. Really hate to see it. Oh, Sneeko's been unbanned from Twitch. That's very curious. A member of her team has reviewed your request for reinstatement. Can confirm the correct enforcement was issued. However, given the details of your case, we have determined you meet the criteria. You meet our reinstatement criteria. How? What's the reinstatement criteria? If you're a partner, if you definite suspension, you may reapply to partner 60 days from today. How? It is very curious. I'm very curious how, because I have no clue how their reinstatement policies work. I'm just going to be honest. There's nothing in Sneeko's case that makes me feel like he would be a candidate to be reinstated. It's not like he changed, because it's just like, it's not that he changed his behavior. He didn't start doing new things, right? He's just the same guy, possibly even worse now, right? Since he hangs out with literal neo-Nazis. But I don't know. I mean, if Twitch wants to bring him back on, I guess that's their problem. I mean, if Twitch's rules are still the same, he's going to be banned. Here's my bet. He's going to be banned within a week of returning to normal streams on Twitch. That's just my guess. Within the week. He'd be rebanned within the week. That's just my guess. Whether or not it's going to be a permanent ban, I'm not necessarily sure, but he will be banned within the week. There is absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And he's going to speed run a ban. There was somebody who speed ran a ban. I forget exactly who that was. There's somebody who got banned so quickly. It was so crazy. I give it one day. Give it 72 hours. Maybe getting Tate in jail gives him it gives him a freebie with Twitch. Andrew Tate isn't in jail right now. But yeah, I'm very curious what the reason for unban was for this guy. But you know, whatever Twitch, whatever, you know. I did not see that almond animation. That almond animation. I haven't seen it. I want to check it out sometime. I'm not sure about today, but yeah, sometime. Will Sneeko ever go back on Twitch? Maybe he might go back on Twitch, right? He might. Well, like he with the type of content he does, there's no way he's not going to get banned again. I gave him a week to be generous. But like within like a single stream, the type of stuff that he says and gets into makes it very probable, very likely that he'd be banned. Almost unlikely that he wouldn't be banned. Within the first stream, and definitely within the first week of him being back, of doing regular streams. Absolutely not. This guy is not going to make it. He does not have what it takes to keep it together long enough to not be banned again on Twitch. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But we'll see. I'm interested to see what he's gonna do next. Curious little fella.
Like, I can't send him any more messages. It says no longer able to send messages. Like, am I really... Do I look like that bad?
This is so sad. I'm sorry, but also so funny at the same time. Because now he's going through like the SpongeBob, I'm sorry, I'm ugly. So he's not ugly. He's definitely not ugly. He looks like a very average, you know, white Hispanic boy. Very, you know, very normal. Like throw all the white Hispanic boys together and then mix them up, and you press the print button a couple times, and one of him would definitely come out. Maybe a couple of him. He's not ugly. Looks very average, very normal. But I feel so bad. That must suck so bad. Yeah. Saying Sneeko is not him. He's not. He's not, unfortunately. Matcha Surfer, thank you so much for the 26 months in a row, remaining part of the frenzy and being incredibly pog. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is like a character defining moment, you know what I mean? This is the start of a villain arc. It really is. This is the male version of the black girl that kept having bad dates and screaming and crying all on camera. Nah, I wouldn't say this is like screaming and crying level, but why can't people be honest anymore? Just be like, I don't want to go on the date, really. He's not even ugly. Who cares? So rude. He seems chill. You need to lose that face fat. Tone up. That neck fat is a no. All right. Not the mean bitches in the comment section. I want to see the pic he used online because I'm sure everybody has met up with somebody that didn't look nothing like the pics. Or the pic is old AF. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's never happened to me. I've gone on dates before and everything. But I've never gone on a date with somebody who looks nothing like their pictures. Because I really feel like it's easy to know when a picture is really done up, or when a picture is really edited, highly edited. So they look, you know, quote unquote, nothing like the picture before. Or like you can mostly know when it's just a raw picture straight from their camera that they just put on their dating profile. I feel like if you're going for people who do those like faceless picture, like faceless profiles, or they only have their forehead in it or something. They just use their Snapchat photos that they have laying around, and they just upload those on there that are highly edited with or like when it comes to girls, you can tell when they have a lot of makeup on. Like you can tell when they have a lot of makeup on. Now you might not be able to tell if they have some concealer on or foundation on. I mean, it really depends on the lighting, really. But usually, if a girl's taking pictures, she's probably gonna have some makeup on. But I think you'd really know, unless you're gonna be dating, unless you're going out on a date with somebody who's friends with a professional like uh like some professional sort of liquid latex movie FX like facial reconstruction on them to give them a new face, like they're hiding from the FBI, like they're in witness protection. I feel like it's really easy to be able to tell if somebody is gonna look nothing like when you show up. I think somebody probably, I mean, like, you know, good angles and everything, you look a little different. You look a little different, but nothing, like it's a whole new human, like you're meeting a new person. Nah, I feel like that's your fault if you fall for that. I'm praying for the guy to not get radicalized by looks maxers. I mean, there's always something you can do to look better, but nah, he's literally just fine. He's vibing. I think you see what Pixie had on his profile. Does it feel bad? You post her because I felt bad for the other lady until she posted her pics. She ran through FaceTime 700 times. Okay, I do remember that happened. There was this girl who was like, I can't believe like all these dates aren't really acting like that, and she ran her pictures through FaceTime like 57,000 times. Now, okay, right. So there was this one. All right, this is the one that they were talking about, where first date went wrong, and this is the picture that was on her profile, and then this is just a raw picture of her from the camera, right? And so I like to see the date night look. So this is the date night look. Sorry, back and forth. I mean, that pic was fried, super fried. It was deep fried, flame broiled. I don't know what was going on in this picture. It's probably all the editing software she ran it through. Yeah, probably just like zoom, just flatten all the features and everything. She does look quite a bit different. She obviously has that Instagram or like TikTok or whatever face filter on. She very much has that like Snapchat face filter on. Very much tell that. Maybe some other makeup as well. But yeah, she does look she does look different. Yeah. And the picture's great. If you see a picture like this on somebody's profile, I'm gonna tell you that this is not really what they look like. Why does she look like that? Wait, which one? The deep fried picture, like the date night picture? And also, if you care about people's body, like you should not go on a date with somebody until you see like a full body pic, if that's really something that you care about, right? Like if you're going on a date with somebody and there's critical information that you care about that has not been given to you yet, that honestly, that's your fault for showing up like that. Some people online dating is a cursed pit of predatory capitalist entities and algorithms. Could never do it myself. I was on some dating apps for a while. The app picture? Oh, it's because she's been it's because the picture's been sent through a crazy amount of like Facetune filters to make it look like that. And edited the picture over and over and over again. He's not even ugly. This is why I hate dating apps. He's not my cup of tea. But I wouldn't have let him on. Yeah, like come on. He's very pretty. People are cool. Yeah, that's insane. That's kind of insane. This poor guy. This poor guy. A chase through the whole city. I'll tell you again, man. they wouldn't be losing me like that. I promise you, I would chase them to the ends of the earth. My car's good on gas. Your car would run out of gas before me. I promise you. I will be behind. I will be right there on your tail. That is not happening to me. You know how we talk about sometimes the Chinese government is attempting to work its way into the global culture. I think this is proof. The genuine proof of that. Take a look at this. And honestly, they're doing a fantastic job at it. I'm sorry. Bro's struggling. He hit him so hard he's struggling to breathe. He used 110% of his power. This guy's getting severe brain damage from these whacks. He's hitting him so hard. I've been entertained. He's hitting him so hard. It's crazy. It seems like they have, okay, so these are the eye holes for the masks to stop them from being able to see. It seems like they put like paper in them. So they're completely blind. And the goal is to whack each other over the head as hard as possible with pool noodles. And it seems like you get to keep whacking as long as you keep hitting the other guy. Shrimp fight. Oh. Oh shit. Bro, he hurt his hand with that one, man. It's so loud. He's cheating. He's cheating. Something's wrong. Dude, whoever said that characters with masks can't express emotions? I mean, come on, take a look at this. You're telling me you can't tell exactly what emotion he's giving off right now under that mask? You're telling me you don't know exactly how he feels? Tricked. Bamboozled. Pain. Watch him take off the mask and there's like a dent in his head now. He didn't. He didn't see that one coming. Got him right. Oh, you gotta right in this blind spot. Smacked for the punishment. Your punishment for cheating. But I want to see that one again. Some comedy translates some comedy goes past language barriers. We all know. It's too good. Real talk, what's your play when she pulls into a cop shop and he says, "This scary dude is following me"? Because that's what girls have been trained to do in that situation. I just tell the truth. Girls be like, "This scary guy is following me." I just tell the truth. I just be like, she said follow her and we're going on a date. And then show the messages of her being like, "Follow me and we'll go on a date." And that's just like, and then that'd just be it. Yeah, show the logs. And I mean, come on, it's like a woman being like, "This guy is. I'm scared. This guy is gonna hurt me." You think the cops are really gonna give that big of a shit? Like, come on, come on, come on. I'm fine. I'll be fine. I'll be chill. I'll be fine. I'd be like, "So you want to go on a date here? What, they got donuts or something? I like donuts." Pulls into the police station. Damn, you're right, but damn. Sometimes it has to be said. Yeah, you get, once again, all of it could be avoided by just being a normal person. All of it could be avoided by just being like, yeah, I just don't want to go on the date. People aren't normal? Okay, and so that's why you get chased through the city. Now what? Cry about it. Okay, yeah, that's why you're in a car chase with the city from a guy who's crazier than you. Now what? Now what? I'm crazy. Ain't got to be like that. Ooh, what a weirdo. What a freak. There's always that one person crazier than you. The thing is, like, if they're like, I just don't want to go on the date, you know what? Fine, whatever. I'd probably go into the restaurant and eat and like have a nice little eat by myself. Put on my headphones, start watching a YouTube video. I'd be chill. If you lie to me and try to lose me in a chase, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm going to get you. You're not gonna waste my time you're not gonna waste my gas and my time by trying to lose me in a chase throughout the city. No, you won't be able to get me off your bumper. You would think that I'm an evil sorcerer using magnetic magic to be able to keep our cars close together. I will get you. You will have punishment for what you have wrought. I just have to be that way. Maybe call me petty or something, but I'm to the ends of the earth. Well, at least you're not a bear. That's true. That's true. Nah, I'd win. I'd win. Turn into a Need for Speed moment. I'm telling you, I'd lock in. This is not a joke. I don't play games with those type of people. Absolutely not. Or sniff the scent trail like a bloodhound. It wouldn't even be like that because they wouldn't be out of my they wouldn't be out of my sight. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be able to lose me. I just wouldn't be that far behind. I'd be right there. Okay. I think there's something else that I want. Was there something else that I wanted to show you? Let me see. 6:30 sounds about right. Let's see. Now there was this story that I missed on Vivek Ramaswamy. Tell me, chat, have you heard of it? Have you heard the Vivek Ramaswamy racism drama that happened in the right-wing community not like I think a couple weeks ago now? May 9th? About a month ago now? I haven't looked into it completely, but I heard it was very funny. him at the Libertarian convention. Thank you for bringing up the Libertarian convention to me, because I completely forgot about this clip and it's really funny. So some of you guys might know that there's a Libertarian convention. The Libertarians run a candidate every single year. He does nothing and nobody really cares. But they're complete weirdos, genuine freaks. And now we have demonstrable proof. During the Libertarian convention, they accidentally left a microphone on, and you could hear some of their talks about their ideas about race and the differences between the races. But it takes quite a wild turn that you might not see coming.
You know, I bring it up in the context of, you know, obviously there's genetic differences, there's IQ differences between individuals on a general curve, and to say right off the bat that you're going to put an Ashkenazi Jew, a white, an Asian, and a black next to each other and automatically assume they're the same, I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong.
Yeah, that's true. That they are different. They really are. One's Jim, Chris, Jordan, Michael. Those are completely different guys. I mean, come on. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
There's averages and, you know.
Right, exactly. Yeah, well, I mean, all right, so my joke about that is everybody talks about how black dicks are bigger.
What's bigger?
Black dicks.
Black dicks, okay.
So if you didn't hear him, he was like, my joke about that is that, you know what people say, black dicks are bigger, all right? So them black guys, their cocks are huge. Unfortunately, their brainstems be very tiny. So they're not as smart, but their cocks are way bigger. We all know that, and so that's how we can all understand how there are real genetic differences between the races. Hop off our meat. Libertarian white boy, get off my dick. Keep my dick out of your mouth, please. It's actual genuinely impossible to do this. Live minutes, pass via vote. Why are they writing this down in a Google document? This is so funny. This dick is for white women only. No colors allowed. So true. So he hangs the Jim Crow sign off of his dick. No colors allowed. Okay, buddy. No one's asking. Classic race play self-report. You think he's talking about his wife's bull? His wife's boyfriend? You know, my wife's boyfriend's cock is massive. You see that thing? He unzipped his pants and he rolled that thing out on her back like a Hubba Bubba roll. He was keeping that thing wrapped around his waist like a Saiyan tail. But when I say and by golly, that's when I knew that racial differences were real. Cause my worm couldn't stand couldn't stand 10 toes to his Giga Wiggler. And when he was cleaning out her pipes, I knew it. Racial differences are real and to not be disregarded. So never let a liberal or lefty commie tell you that all the races are the same. My wife's boyfriend's dick is much larger than mine, you see. It was like a Pringles can, but thicker. Oh, he got lightheaded when it got hard, man. It was crazy. Yeah, he said a black cock is twitching. Watch and learn. A black woman is speaking. Listen and learn. Nah, man, he's got something better for you. Got something much better for you, dog. These people worry me. Why black penises come up just instantly? He could have been like white people. He could have been like white people can't jump or something. He could have said something like that. But nah, he went insano mode on it for no reason. He went to the craziest example for no reason. King Jar Jar, thank you so much for the tier 2 subscription. Thank you so much. The belief in race science has to be the reason. That's the reason behind libertarian guy and Asian wife thing. Yeah. Listen, there's a hierarchy to everything. Just like my wife should be sucking my dick right now. Thank you so much for the tier 2, King Jar Jar. And the support on the site. Join the frenzy. Being incredibly pog. Thank you so much for that. Judge, I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart.
And Asian dicks are small, right?
You know what the average deal?
How often does this guy talk about this? Did you see how? Did you hear how the other guy locked into the conversation instantly the second he started talking about dicks? He was like, "Oh, a black dick big, Asian dick small. So true. Oh wow, you're right."
What's bigger?
Black dicks.
Black dicks, okay.
So,
And Asian dicks are small, right?
you know what the average? Do you know what the difference is on an average? Half an inch.
Stereotypes are earned; they're not given. Right. So all.
What's happening? What are these guys, dude? How much has this guy researched race dick sizes? What's happening? Listen, the difference is half an inch. It doesn't matter if you come in my wife by an inch or a mile. A hole is the goal, isn't that right? What is happening? Is that even true? I don't even know if that's true. I just haven't. I admit he's using Weasley debate tactics to win this debate on dick size theory. He's the cock constable, the pee proctor. Who made this guy the slong savant? What's happening? Those people. You know that the Schmeat sommelier, that's so funny. You know that joke that racist people you can tell if a person is really racist by them being able to accurately tell you what race a person is just by looking at them. They know the minute details between each and every race. This guy must be like one of those people. Yeah, like Cotton Hill. Right, Cotton Hill. What was that? He was like, he's Japanese, he's Chinese, he's Japanese, he's Chinese. You're Laotian, aren't you? You know, the ultimate racist. This guy must be just like that, but when it comes to penis. He must be just like that, but when it comes to cock. He has to be, right? Like he looks at a guy and he's like he walks past a guy in the mall and he's like 5.63 exactly. 6.25. They're like, huh? What? What? What'd you say to me? 4.7. The US military starts to get known about his powers. They put him in double blind tests. Shows him just the silhouettes of dicks. He's able to tell exactly the race. You know that guy from that guy who does those Google Map challenges to figure out what part of the world it's in. He sees a part of the grass and he's like Spokane, Washington, Upper East Side. Instantly, he must be like that. Like he sees he sees like the silhouette of a penis and he's like, oh yes. From the Irish Isles, exactly. 73.5% Irish DNA, 20.2% British DNA. The other is from Spain. Easy. Spokane mentioned. 8, he must be from the Congo. Yeah, deep Africa. Deep Africa, you see. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? Wait, they're all dick sizes of different races. I know this one.
All of these things that we have as jokes and memes and whatnot, they got to where they are because people just kind of agreed on them, maybe subconsciously. So, you know,
of course,
half an inch, blacks will have bigger penises. You know?
Right, exactly. But
bro, he actually sounds like a cartoon. He sounds like a caricature of a libertarian that I would make up as a joke, and that's actually the way his voice sounds. That he sounds like a cartoon, a Simpson character. He really does. Dollar store Fuentes. Do you think he measures from base? Yes. Base to tip. Fully hard as always.
but that's on average. But you take a random black one and you put it next to pinpoints on the top. It may not be there.
Look, and that's one of the issues with a multicultural society is that you can't do individualism on a scale of 330 million. Right? You have to categorize, you have to do averages. It's just not efficient. It's not possible to do it on an individual scale. And that's why you...
What do you say? Yeah, so blacks have bigger dicks, and this is why multiculturalism doesn't work. Because Jerome fucked my crush in high school, and multiculturalism is just individualism is just not possible when there's too many blacks fucking my crushes. So I really think that race needs to be figured out before we get to before we get to full individualism. How in the world does individualism not work in a multicultural society? It's literally working right now in liberal United States of America. Neoliberal United States of America is very much working out, just as intended, honestly. Fascism is just sexual insecurity. It just might be. It just might be. Their focus on women specifically is definitely that. I want to talk about that a little later too.
Hear politicians talk about the black community and the Hispanic community, right?
Microphone one.
Madam Chair, I believe that the microphones are picking up private conversation. They might need to be cut.
Microphone one.
Oh, yeah?
What? Did you hear that? Bro, they realized the microphone was on. Bro started moaning into it after talking about cock sizes. Yo, huh? The very serious Libertarian Party, the very serious, not racist Libertarian Party of America, you see. Oh, you
Microphone one.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. All right, buddy.
What?
Somebody else said what? What did I just hear? Can you throughout the entire convention, just yes, you know, like blacks have huge fucking cocks, dude. Massive, man. And so this is why in our world, individualism just can't work out. Even though the cock size, and I've studied it myself, between Asians and darkies is not that much. It's significant enough that we can tell. And it's just like, what? Like, can you're trying to have a really serious conversation about why poor people don't deserve rights, and you're just like, and this is this is what you hear? What I walk into? Welcome to the stream, bucko. That was private? It was supposed to be a private conversation. They're just sitting next to the microphone. That was not supposed to be picked up. So good. Microphone one. Microphone one. Please stop talking about black cots. Microphone one. We all can hear you, microphone one, please. This one never gets old. It's so funny. Absolutely nobody. These guys. Huh. The black cock you see. Very interesting specimen. Just two dudes chatting about dick sizes at a political convention, as guys do. Yeah, it's just dudes being bros. Not a single cell phone anywhere in sight. Just guys being bros, man. And then that female had to come in and ruin everything. Microphone one, shut up. We're having microphone fun. The world is my locker room. It was a scientific process to figure out how big the cocks were. The world do. All right, I showed you guys that one. That one's pretty fun. Save this. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah. Not the dick detective, man. So scared. I'm straight talking about massive black cocks. I've said this before a while ago, but I know we have some new viewers. I still think that only the straightest boys act the gayest around each other. All right? Well, air quote gayest around each other, you know? I don't think a gaggle of gay guys together in like their friend group act the same way straight guys do together around each other. I just don't think that's the case. I don't believe it's the case. They just don't. Somebody had to say it. The people just are like, oh, they're acting so gay together. Huh? You got something to, yeah, you got something to say? No, dog. Gay people don't act like this. Gay people don't be doing this. They don't. They're too scared. Navy stereotypes exist for a reason. My straightest friends from the hood act the gayest out of all my friends. Like my friend gets a job promotion. I'm like, yo, dude, that's so great, dude. Can I suck your dick, dude? Come here. Come here. Let me suck your dick, dude. I don't think gay guys do that with each other. I just don't think they do that. Now, I will say he does that shit. Yeah, right? That's just normal. That's just normal straight guy stuff, right? That's just normal straight guy stuff. I don't think gay guys do that around each other, really. I really think I think a lot of things play into it, you know? One of the reasons is because you're not necessarily always sure if someone's joking. But my lack of knowledge in this situation might be coming into play here, because personally, you know, I actually don't know that many gay people in real life. You know, not to be a hater or anything, I really just don't know that many gay people. Or any real, I don't know that, I don't think I know any, well, like two, I think I have like 2 or 3. Actually, do I? I know one gay person in my life. I have one gay person in my life in real life. Right? So, and I very much don't know too many actually gay people. Well, like I wasn't really around that many gay people in real life when I was growing up. So I might be wrong on how gay people act in groups, right? Like around I could just be incorrect. I don't live in like a liberal mega city that has homosexuals crawling out of the dang woodwork. So for me personally, I'm just not really Erasure. I've never met Vosh in real life. No, he's not a real life. He's not a real life person I know. Met that bitch online. Gay guys just have sex with each other and don't play any of these dumb games. Didn't we start off this stream by watching a gay guy get ran around his city midnight club style by a date who didn't have the strength to just say, I don't want to go on a date with you? Gay dudes be playing crazy games. I think it's their excuse to get physical attention from homies without being gay because it's a joke. I mean, you can just give your friend a hug. you can just, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like in the friend groups that I've known, you can just give your friend a hug. All right. Handshake into a hug, like you dap your friend up. It's a criminal offense. But yeah, like once again, I guess I'm gonna leave open the possibility that I could be wrong about gay people because I just don't know that many gay people in my, like real life. But, I think I'm correct. I think I'm right anyways. I'm not sure if I'm right, but I'm like pretty sure I am. So it's best to talk to gay people first, just to be sure. Nah, I think I'm right. I think I'm correct. I think I'm right. Thank you though. I appreciate you. I don't know if I've ever been more correct than I am right now. How do we get onto this topic? The Libertarian cock family. Libertarians getting their penis procurement. Okay, let me see if I can pull. You guys wanted to? Oh yeah, I forgot. Did I get much out of you? Because of, from my question. Have you guys seen the Vivek Ramaswamy racism arc that he was on recently? Random question. I just got here. What are your thoughts on Jesse Ventura? I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I recognize that name. I have no clue who that is. I have negative clue who that is. No like name or like any associated. You know how your brain kind of packages ideas and words together? So when you recall one thing, it's easier to recall things related to that topic. Nothing else is popping up besides the name Jesse Ventura. And I think that's how you pronounce it as well, right? Or is it Jesse Ventura? subconsciously protecting your sanity. I guess so. Maybe my brain put up a mental blockade to be able to protect me from Giga Cringe. He is a well-known libertarian turned wrestler turned conspiracy theorist, not like Alex Jones tier. I think he should just get a life, man. That's my thoughts. I think he should just pick up a hobby. Yeah, I think he should just get a hobby. I think he should just do something else with his time. I'm gonna be real. He was also a senator or mayor at some point. I don't think, I'm pulling up some things now. Now that you're bringing it up, I don't think he was a senator. I think he was a mayor of some small town or something. He crops up on InfoWars every now and again. Oh, so he must be correct about everything he says. You should have said that. You should have said that from the beginning. What the heck? Save this. Too much. I respect that. We all gotta have something that we love, you know? For me, I've been playing with this little rock in my hand on my desk for a little while, and I like this rock. It's very smooth, and I like it when I rub my hand on it. So I love this rock, and you love lies. So I think that's okay. I think we all can love something. I think that's what really makes us human. You guys want to talk about Byron Donalds? I'm thinking about splitting this up into this is the Jesse Ventura thing. No, sorry. Stop talking about Jesse Ventura. I don't know who the fuck that guy is. Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy. History. Wait a second. Okay. I want to talk about the Ramaswamy stuff because I find it interesting. Where's this? Boom. And boom. Okay. Sounds like cake. You slurping on that Vivek? What's Fulton County trending? What's going on? Twisted tea. You know, one thing about taking medicine is that I can't drink anymore. I can't go to the bar and get like a nice little drink because I don't want to like because I don't know, maybe my Focalin will kill me or something. My Focalin will see that I'm drinking and then get angry and then start to strangle out my neurons and deprive my brain of oxygen, and I'll die of brain death within 15 seconds. I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is they told me not to drink when I'm on Focalin. So I just decided not to. I decided to trust them. I still drink on Vibe hands. Shouldn't, but I forgot after a while. You forgot not to drink on your stimulants? Okay. All right, buddy. All right. Sure. Okay then. I'm sure like kombucha or low alcohol beer is fine. Yeah, but beer sucks ass. I don't want to be a hater or anything, but beer's kind of doo-doo garbo. It's kind of poo-poo ass. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Beer sucks ass. I don't know, man. I've never had a good beer. And I don't want to be a hater. I'm not a hater of Mexicans, but I'm going to say Corona sucks ass. I didn't want to have to say it, but Corona sucks ass. It's not good. Corona does not taste good. Most beer sucks. I just don't get what people like in beer. I get what people like when it comes to liquors, okay? The reason is because you can take a liquor and turn it and do literally anything with it. You can make a cocktail that tastes like juice, no alcohol. You can make something that tastes like something crazy, you know what I mean? You can take it in so many different directions. When you get a beer, they just pour you a beer. It's supposed to be a done, finished drink. And it's just not good. It tastes like I'm drinking bread. It tastes like I'm kind of drinking moldy bread water. It's just, I don't know what it is about it. It's just not good. L? You can L me all you like. What beer tastes good to you? Come on, bring up a beer. No, you can say Corona has always sucked. Beer is definitely gross. International, like some international brands more. You know what, chat, for the people who think that this is an L take and I need to try more beers, come on, give me a beer that tastes good. Give me a beer that tastes good. Give me your favorite beer. And next time I go out to drink, I'll try one. I'll try your recommendations and I'll have my girlfriend drive me home. Vodka may taste like ass, but at least it's not 12%. Vodka tastes fine when it's mixed into a cocktail. It tastes just fine mixed into a cocktail. Now, if you're a crazy person drinking just to get drunk and you're just taking like vodka shots, I don't know. I kind of like the burn. I kind of like the, it kind of feels like what I imagine cartoon characters go through when they drink poison, when they do the whole that's what it feels like when I drink vodka. At least that's what goes through my head, and it makes me feel, I don't know, I like it. It's a little taste on the, those little seasoning on top of the experience. That's just me though. Yeah, got the XXX bottle, the one with the skull on it. A Heineken, Strohpramen, Heineken. Those sound like German beers. Is that right? Because German is just kind of weird English. Some people just don't like beer. I'm German. Okay, you know what? I get it. Heineken. What? No, not Heineken. Okay, you give me a good tasting beer then. I don't like any alcohol. Of course the pharmacist would say that. So you don't like cider? Cider's fine. Cider's good. Is cider a type of beer? Is cider a type of beer? Is that how that works? No. Guinness tastes like black coffee. I don't like the taste of coffee. I don't drink coffee. Drink coffee. You want beer to taste good? Okay. Nigerians love beer? Ah, so that's why whenever I hear a Nigerian talk on Twitter, they're always saying some bullshit. They're drunk. This is starting to make a whole lot more sense. Whenever I see somebody with that green, white, green flag, I know they're about to say some bullshit. They're drunk as fuck. It's all starting to make sense. I can't hold it against them. It's all starting to make sense. Absolutely shit face. Thank you for the cultural information. I feel culturally enriched when you come into the stream. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. My family never drank, so I never thought to, and it tastes bad to me. You know what? That makes sense. Beer tastes the worst though. I'm so glad you're with me, Cross. Nigerians be wildin'. They really do. And honestly, for no reason. Can't you just enjoy like the fucking elephants and giraffes in your country or something and just calm down? They're surrounded by such beautiful scenery, but they decide to act crazy for no reason. It just doesn't make any sense. Go take a walk in the bush or something. We don't have giraffes or elephants. Do giraffes live in Nigeria? No naturally resident populations of giraffe remain in Nigeria. They used to be in Nigeria. The West African giraffe, also known as the Nigerian giraffe. See this shit? Nigeria doesn't have giraffes. Walks in the fucking Nigerian giraffe. What the hell? Another Nigerian on they bullshit. Who could have seen it coming? It's literally called the Nigerian giraffe. It's super. There's only 400 left in the wild. Not anymore, dog. Oh, they were all killed. This is the saddest thing. Nigerians destroyed their giraffes. This is making me so sad, man. There's probably like outside hunters or whatever. I can't take that shot at Nigerians. Okay, what cool animal do you have in giraffe? Do you have in Nigeria, not giraffe, sorry. Nigeria national animal. Eagle? Not them trying to be Americans. What the hell? Nigeria animal. You got lions. You got lions. That's kind of badass. Monkey? They have some parrots. That's sick. Goats? Nigerians love their goats, apparently.
Why the hell am I the
It's our bird. They can't do that. It's kind of fucked up that they decided to do that too. So, video of two beautiful white giraffes and apparently they were poached. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. An iwi? That means goat? In Logbo? I'm not gonna, I don't want to be like racist or anything, but when you type the name of that language, I thought you just said LGBT and I was about to be like, well, happy Pride Month to you too, buddy. No, that's Logbo. Logbo? I don't know how to necessarily pronounce it. Awu. Well, thank you. I'm getting so culturally enriched right now. What the hell? Can I post a meme? Sure, buddy. But unfortunately, we're gonna start a segi. Let's start a segmento. Let me get a let me a little slash marker. Has it been hour 34? Yeah, okay. I think we're all warmed up. What do you think, chat? You think we're all warmed up? You all ready for a segment? I kind of want to do it on Vivek Ramaswamy, so let's do this. What do you guys think? Some of you all seem to have not heard about what happened, and I have not really heard exactly about what happened, so I'm kind of interested. We can all do it together. Igbo, Ewu, and Igbo. Okay, thank you. Drinking the number 8. Speaking of number 8, I've fully caught up with Kaiju number 8, and I like it. I'm thoroughly enjoying reading through Kaiju number 8. I will say that it doesn't release very often, unfortunately, and each chapter is very short. Since to kind of get the scale of the like the fights correct, since they're giant monsters fighting, each chapter doesn't have necessarily that many like pages in it, so because the panels are so big, so it's kind of short, but it's really good. I'm genuinely enjoying it. Looped up? Okay, let's not go too crazy now. Schmegment time. Just call it Vivek Cringe. Hello? Slash marker. Binge. An unexpected air. Try what? Slash marker. What? Can I not type the word cringe in marker? Is that true? What? Really? Yeah, no, it just won't let me do markers anymore at all. I refresh the page, it just won't let me do it. It just keeps saying an error has occurred. Okay then. Vivek Cringe compilation. All right. Oh, let's see. Gotta go back to work. Yeah, take care. Hope you have a good time at work. So, Vivek Ramaswamy. We haven't talked about this guy for a while. I never really did that much covering of this guy back when he was still running for president, before he got absolutely obliterated by Donald Trump and the RNC and got kicked out. Obviously, he had no future because he's Indian. Now, I don't really believe that he shouldn't have a future, but we all know the way the Republican Party is going right now, and the way the Republican Party has gone since it's been a conservative party, that there's no way they're going to let some brown guy with the name Vivek Ramaswamy. I don't even think half of them could even pronounce this name, honestly. So it's very surprising to me that he made it as far as he did, and that's not necessarily saying much because he didn't really make it that far. But as somebody who's now on the short list of Donald Trump's VP picks, Vivek Ramaswamy is still trying to make a name for himself in the conservative movement. With that being said, after he completely fell off from being a businessman who sells, from being a businessman trying to demonize the big pharma, while being a guy who's rich because of big pharma, trying to pretend to be brown Trump. Basically, he started a little YouTube channel where he talks to random conservative figures from across the spectrum, from right to crazy far right, and decided to talk to a woman named Ann Coulter. Now, Ann Coulter is well known in the conservative movement. She is now not as pro-Trump as she used to be, and her influence has waned in the Trump years, but she's still pretty important and pretty weird when it comes to race. And with that being said, her being teamed up with some brown guy to talk about the future of the country, you know something weird was going to happen, and it started off pretty quick. Let's take a look.
Nationalism. It's a
The
touchy
N-word.
word. You're not supposed to say the N-word anymore, but I'll say it.
So true. It's so funny, dude. It's so funny, dude. They won't let us say that word, so we're just gonna have to just allude to it, because that's what comedy is.
Nationalism. I don't think it has to be a bad word, not in the American context. But there's two kinds of nationalism that I think we need to distinguish between. Historically, nationalism has been associated with ethno-nationalism. Why is that? Most nations are founded on the existence of a single ethnicity, at least as the backdrop of that nation's identity, a culture, a religious set of institutions, maybe a religion itself as a state religion, a monarch.
I want to hear that again.
Why is that? Most nations are founded on the existence of a single ethnicity, at least as the backdrop of that nation's identity, a culture, a religious set of institutions, maybe a religion itself as a state religion, a monarch. These are the things that have historically grounded the identity of a nation. Well, nationalism refers to the idea of effectively viewing the exceptionalism of your nation relative to those around you and your national pride as an anchoring of your own identity. And that's led to, I would say, consequences throughout the course of human history that haven't always been great as judged by posterity. You could think about single-handed dictators for much of American history and global history that have been defined on the back of being nationalist.
Yeah, so that's true, and honestly, most of this is true. There's still some problems, okay? So here's the thing. He is right that the reason why I don't call myself nationalistic, I can call myself patriotic. I like America in like the sort of broad sense of the United States of America. I grew up here. I think it definitely has the opportunity to be the best country on earth and do the most amount. We're positioned to be able to do the most amount of good in the world. We just like to do evil sometimes. I think that's a problem. But nationality specifically is different from patriotism, because patriotism is love for one's own country. Nationalism is love for one's own country to the expense of other countries, that we are exceptional. So it's like country racism at that point. You are more of like a country supremacist, but then to get more specific, then you kind of get into like chauvinists and all those types of other things as well. That's why people have a problem with these types of people who go hard on nationalism, because what they want is to take from other countries, make other people's lives worse, to be able to build up our lives, right? Tear down someone else's home and then use the planks that we ripped off of, that we ripped out of the floorboards to build our own house. That's the core tenet of nationalism when used in this kind of historical context. Then yes, if you are exceptional, you are better and more deserving than other people, you are nationalistic, then why shouldn't you take from other people? Why shouldn't you take from people who are worse than you? Then why shouldn't you harm people who are less than you? Why shouldn't you? You're better than them. They don't deserve it. It's mine, right? If they were so good, then they would be able to take it, but they can't. So why can't we? And so that's a big problem when it comes to nationalism, and that's why people are really angry at get upset with nationalists, Christian nationalists, American nationalists, American exceptionalists, all those types of problems, because they correctly recognize that your goal is to disenfranchise another person to be able to get something.
Well, I don't think that that's necessarily the definition that needs to apply in the American context of civic nationalism. The beautiful thing about America is that we're not a country defined on the basis of necessarily a single cuisine or a single ethnicity or a single religion, but we're a nation.
That's going to get a lot of people upset with you. A lot of people on the conservative side of the aisle, the idea that America isn't defined by a single ethnicity or religion is something that's going to get these guys to absolutely jump down your throat. Because they're probably gonna say something like we're a pan-European society based on Judeo-Christian belief, whatever, right? But if they wanted to keep up with that, like 90% of the country wouldn't be able to be here because they're not descended from the very specific British colony that originally came here. And obviously you don't count the slaves because the slaves don't count. They're not people, right?
Defined on a single set of ideals that brought together a divided polyglot and, yes, even religiously diverse group of people 250 years ago.
I wouldn't even necessarily say that we were that this country was put together under a single set of ideas. At the point of the federalist system and the United States of of America is the point of we do have different ideals, so fuck off into your own state and then we can do our own thing here. Like that was the idea, that we have different ideas. And so that's why states have so much power to govern themselves even when the federal government is still around, right? Like this is also something that's going to get conservative to jump down his throat here, this idea that we have one singular idea. I mean, come on. Like they already are pissing and shitting themselves that California gets so many votes in the electoral college, a system that was literally made to pander to them because there's so few of them who believe that. So they were given inordinate power to choose the president, just because they got angry that there wasn't enough of them to overcome the vast majority of the country that doesn't believe anything like them, right?
And so I think that's what's at stake in the context of being an American nationalist, is whether or not you're committed to those civic ideals. That's a different question from being an ethno-nationalist. Now, I do think that there are many now in our conservative movement, as we look to the future of a conservative movement that puts aside the historical neocon baggage of interventionist foreign policy and a domestic surveillance state, put that to the past. I think we're headed to a future where we still have to define what the different branches of a pro-nationalist conservative vision are here in the United States. I see
the massive problem is that you can't just say nationalism, right? I know the fine line that he's trying to take here is the reason why he brought up civic nationalism is because the difference between civic nationalism and kind of ordinary nationalism is that ordinary nationalism has a race or ethnicity tied to it, right? It's less ethnicity here these days because most white people here don't have a single most white people in the United States now aren't a single ethnicity. They're a massive hodgepodge of ethnicities, but here in the United States we just say white because we're all mutts, we're all beautiful mutts, okay? But it's very convenient for him to say civic nationalism when the Republican Party is very clearly trending towards ethnic nationalism when it comes to the United States. We say ethnic nationalism, it's more like racial nationalism, nor just say nationalism. White people being in power and staying in power, racism, right? That's what the Republican Party is trending towards. But he wants to say, wait, we don't have to do that civic nationalism because he's brown.
the emergence of a strain that's skeptical of civic nationalism, believes that civic nationalism is really just a siren song, something that we can't really hang our hat on. It's too thin to anchor our identity to. A vision that says, you know what, somebody who has been here as long as fourth or fifth or sixth generation as an American, descended from people who have been here a long time ago, have a different claim on this country than somebody who may have come here as an immigrant. Yes, went through the oath of pledging allegiance to this country, but nonetheless haven't yet vested in citizenship in the same way as somebody who inherits a country that's more than just an economic zone. And I think it's an interesting discussion to have. I think the future of the conservative movement depends on where we land here. On one end of our nationalist movement, a libertarian nationalist movement that says that, you know what, you can subscribe to the ideals of this country, that you should achieve anything you want, and you're equally American as long.
Actually, personally, I'm a cheddar cheese nationalist. I love American cheese, and I'm nationalist because of that. We're just making up term libertarian nationalist. What's happening now, man?
long as you pledge allegiance to those ideals. But I think a subtext and a strain on the other side that's skeptical of that, that says, you know what? We should be open to using government as an instrument to advancing pro-nationalist ends. So, Ann, thanks for coming on, and I'm looking forward to our conversation today.
Me too. Thanks for having me. That was a fantastic opening monologue. I too am a fan of yours. So I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory.
It is very funny. This is so good. Wow, you're so smart and articulate. Huh. That's crazy. Well, thankfully you're not one of them Negroes, because they would have gone all uppity if I would have said that. Shows them right here. Okay. I don't know how black people got brought up into this at all, but okay, buddy. Yeah, not even 10 seconds into her showing up, she's like, at least you're not one of them blacks are. Blacks, am I right? So true.
And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get
Oof. Oof, white lady. Oof. Just letting her rip now these days, huh? Just you're just in, you're one of them. She said you're not like us. She's like, you're bright, you're articulate, you're cool. I like your slick back hair, but you're not like us. You're not like us, man. You're just not. There's something off about you. You're one of them. You can't be president. You're one of them. It's wild because Vivek Ramaswamy was born in the United States. He is eligible to run, unlike Cenk Uygur. He was actually born in the United States and he is eligible to run as a congressperson, right? Sorry, he's able to run as an American, right? As a natural born American, which is funny to me because Vivek Ramaswamy, he's too brown to be president, but I don't think she would say the same thing about Ted Cruz, who was literally born in Canada. So if we're just gonna go like if we're gonna go band for band, Ramaswamy is technically more American. He himself was at least born in the United States. Ted Cruz, who ran for president, was born in Canada. And the only reason why he can run for president is because his parents were natural born Americans. She held up that melanin card and she was like, nah, buddy, you don't pass the test. You don't pass the test. She said, know your place. That's wild, man. I like your style. Too brown for me. Too brown, too dark for me though.
We'll get back to that. And it's directly related to what you were just talking about. The thing about nationalism, you're totally right. It is.
You just said, we'll get back to that. She just kind of, Hitler? Why is there a Hitler section? Wait, this is so funny. Just me scrolling through a random conservative video, taking a look at the chapters. Ah, yes. Every conservative video got that Hitler section. So true. Very true. All right. Okay.
It was like, to use the word nationalism, oh, it's Hitler, it's Hitler. And, Hitler had soup. That doesn't mean we shouldn't have soup.
Yeah, okay, but like the big problem is that the Hitler's policy platforms didn't circle around the idea of soup. He wasn't the national soupalist or something. He was, they were Nazis, okay? And, and his policy platform specifically revolved, and his ideology revolved around nationalism, ethnic supremacy. It had nothing to do with soup, actually, but it had a lot to do with nationalism.
Hitler loved dogs. That doesn't mean you shouldn't love dogs. So I think we have to move past this. If Hitler did it, it must be bad. But I do notice when I was listening to your monologue, I don't think I do use the word nationalism. I would use a word you used in your monologue, which I liked quite a bit, and that's citizenship. There's citizenism. How about Americanism?
Yeah.
I'd also point out that the only people who are not allowed to be proud of their ethnic group.
Oh, Lord. Is white people, black power, gay pride. Whatever happened to white power and white pride? Why are those dirty words? I don't know, man. Look back through like the 18 and 1900s and you can tell. Look back through the 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 1900s, and honestly the early 2000s as well. And you can actually tell. It's pretty easy to tell why people might not like might have reservations about white power. I think it's very easy to tell. Very, very easy to tell, actually. 1800 to 1960. Yeah, I think that, yeah, very true.
Who tend to be Anglo-Saxons. Oh boy, you can't be proud of being white. Whereas, watch a soccer game and see, it's Venezuela, we're Mexicans. It's funny, Hispanics don't even think of themselves as Hispanics. They think of themselves as the country they're from. I think French feel very proud to be French. We saw Macron expressly objecting wokeness on the grounds that this is an American institution. We're not going to import this. So you do see basically every other ethnic group very proud of their ethnic group. And the thing I'd say about America, okay, no.
Venezuela isn't an ethnic group. Oh no, they're so stupid. Oh, she's wrapping up race and like she's like wrapping up race and the country you were born in and ethnicity. These are just completely different things. You can be Venezuelan and you could be from the majority ethnicity from Venezuela, but there are multiple ethnicities in Venezuela. It's just Mexican. Do you even understand that there's a term called Hispanic and Hispanic white? Like what? Like, are you like descended from? Oh, you're Mexican. What do you? The Mexican. I got anybody repping the Mexican ethnicity in here, chat? What does that mean? Like you're descended from like Aztecs or other tribal nations and peoples from Mexico, or is your like great grandfather British? My bad, Spanish, from Spain. What's happening? She's losing it. She's so close to getting it. Yeah, you can say I'm proud to be Venezuelan, Mexican, proud to be Spanish, French, and then she's like, why can't I say I'm proud to be white? Like, what do you? These are non-similar things. You can say I'm proud to be an American, okay? It's in like multiple of our national songs. Nobody cares. But she's not trying to say I'm proud to be an American. She's saying I'm proud to be white. Which, I mean, go ahead, lady. I don't, like, nobody really cares.
No single cuisine, but you can get Chinese food and Mexican food in Paris and Tokyo. Food has definitely migrated across countries. There is a core national identity that is the identity of the WASP. And that doesn't mean we can't take anyone else in, a Sri Lankan or a Japanese or an Indian, But the core around which the nation's values are formed is the WASP. We've never had a president who didn't have at least partial English ancestry. Never. We've only had one Catholic president. There was only one Catholic signatory to the Declaration of Independence. They were all not only Protestants, but pretty much Presbyterian. King George referred to the American Revolution as that Presbyterian War. So there is a lot in the freedom thing. Samuel Huntington of Harvard has written about this in a fantastic book I recommend to everyone. Who Are We?
This is like high level conservative race theory. It's near high. It's not S tier. All right. I would say like A tier, bordering on A plus tier, sort of like American race trivia. Nobody looks that up. Like the European ancestry of each president. I don't know. How does the European ancestry like tap into their decision making? Because they've thrown us into a whole bunch of wars and gave us a massive surveillance state. 1700s racism. You're telling me she's about to drop an octoroon or something?
And he describes how, back in colonial times, interestingly enough, for example, Jews could vote, but Catholics couldn't because people thought they would be more loyal to Rome. Once they became more American Catholic and less Roman Catholic, then they were just, part of us and part of Americans. But you do notice, and he describes why so many countries that have not done very well are dominated by Catholicism. It's much more from the top down.
This woman is actually in the weeds. Have you ever how somebody's like, I don't want to get in the weeds? This is actually exactly what they were talking about when they said in the weeds. This is professional yapping.
Libertarian governance, whereas Calvinists, it's between you and God, and moreover, because of the Presbyterian, I think every ethnic group has.
I'm trying to find out who asked. It's so true.
This, the WASP work ethic and the Jewish work ethic, and I'm sure there is an Indian work ethic, but specifically with Presbyterians or Protestants, let me put it that way, and the Calvinism, even though might not be theologically true, but the idea that you are part of the chosen and you prove that by being successful. It's almost the reverse in Catholic countries, not so much this country because American Catholics have basically become Protestants. And that is this worship of being poor, as if you are closer to God because you're poor. That's not the way to create a on-the-go developing country.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's an interesting tour through that historical lane.
What? He had no clue what the fuck she just said. Of course, she hates poor people. Yeah, like she hates the sort of the Christian idea that like wealth doesn't bring wealth usually doesn't bring good things into your life. Like, yeah, you can be more wealthy, but you can only serve one God or money, right? I mean, there's a reason why there are many passages in the Bible that look down on the role of money and the role money has to play in our society. There's a real reason for that, right? And sure, maybe you're not like a better person because you're poor, but you're probably more connected to to a normal person than if you're rich. I'll say that much. Probably more connected to God's children than if you're wildly rich.
But I want to pick on one point you said, which is citizenship, right? Let's talk about what does it mean to be a citizen of a nation. And it's interesting, if a lot of people trip up.
He's trying to go back into argue. I see it. He's trying to argue that he actually deserves to be able to have her vote because he's Indian, because he's a citizen, even though he doesn't have the ethnicity.
They'll say, well, it means what you get. Right? Do I get to vote or do I get some other claim? And that doesn't really work. Actually, if you look through most of American history, for example, women were citizens long before women could vote, right? Mm-hmm. And so,
what's really interesting, now I'm thinking about it, if both me and Vivek Ramaswamy were running for president, which one would she vote for? Because I have more English ancestry than I have more my family's Protestant. I have more English ancestry than Vivek Ramaswamy does, but I'm darker. So I don't know. Would she pick me, him, or kill herself? I'm not sure which one she'd pick. Show her the blood quantum. Kill herself 100%. Wait, I'm really curious now. Can you imagine if Vivek Ramaswamy did a DNA test for her? Like he was spitting in the jar during the interview, and then he puts it in the 23andMe. When he gets the results in, he has her come back in. Can you imagine if he has like, if he's like 25%, like Britain or something? Yeah, he actually has the DNA. It's in him. She had no clue the whole time, and she's like, "Fuck! I knew I should have voted for you. What the hell? I didn't know you were like that." Go brown boy. Go brown boy.
It's not about what you get. In my book, and I think that this is true with the American conception of citizenship, I think it's true of the Roman conception of citizenship, is it's about your loyalty, actually.
Yes.
To whom do you actually pledge loyalty? And so I think you and I share that in common, actually.
Yeah, her thing is that I think this is my guess. She's gonna say something along the lines of, "You're too brown, you're too connected to Indian because your parents came from India, and so I'm scared about your dual loyalty." Like that, this microphone isn't to go to the camera. This goes directly to Modi.
I don't know. I've never asked you this, Dan, but I assume from seeing the things you said, tell me if I'm right about this, you're probably against the existence of dual citizenship as a concept. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Yes. You and I share that in common.
Outrageous.
It's incoherent. It's not just outrageous. It's incoherent. It's oxymoronic. How could you possibly have a loyalty to two different nations where the essence of citizenship is which nation to whom you had your undivided loyalty? That's what the essence of citizenship is all about. So
wait a second. That's not what citizenship is all about. It's where you're from. It's where you're from, where you spend your time. Loyalty, dog. I don't give a shit about the Romans. They're dead. They're gone. Okay, the Roman Empire is gone. The American Empire is here. Okay, I do not care about the Roman Empire and how they did it. They crucified people. Okay, some culture, listen, I hate to say it, but some cultures are worse than others, and Roman culture is up there with some of the worst cultures to ever exist. I hate to be the one to say it, but Roman culture was probably one of the worst cultures to ever exist. I really hate to say it. No culture that crucifies people can call itself a good culture. So with this being known, why in the world should I give a hoot about Romans' idea of citizenship? If their country was so good, why the fuck is it not here anymore? but in all seriousness, like, no, like that's not how people think about citizenship. It's where you're from, where you spend your time, and if you have a vested interest in the country, not with your time being there, not how loyal you are to it. It just doesn't even make any sense to me. What? So you're telling me the people who are, well, I don't know why I'm asking this like it's a weird question. Obviously somebody this conservative would say something so fucking, like something this fucking stupid. But yeah, if you just don't like America enough, if you didn't stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance once during high school, then you should lose your citizenship. I don't know, maybe even be crucified, who knows? Imperfectibus, is that how you pronounce your name? Thank you so much for the 50 bits. Appreciate you. Not his Roman Empire. So true. Yeah, I just don't know why I should give a shit. It's like, how often do you think about the fall of the Roman Empire? Every time I pray to God, every time I pray to Jesus Christ Almighty, I think about the fall of the Roman Empire. For what they did to the Lord of Lords, they should burn! Anyways, constantly. When I'm not speaking, I'm usually thinking about the fall of the Roman Empire. like right now. JC, he was the homie. Rip the Romans. All my homies hate those fuckers. That's true. That's so true. And they never drew, and they never made a statue of a guy with a huge cock. All the cocks were tiny and insignificant. It's probably this probably traces back this traces back probably the fixate, the European fixation on other races' dick sizes, like we saw with that Libertarian conference. That's probably where it came from. They didn't have the noble penis. The barbarians didn't have the noble penis. They had the barbarian cock, which destroys nations. Did you know that there's a lot of reasons for why people say the Roman Empire fell? You know the real reason why the Roman Empire fell is because Roman baddies finally got a taste of that barbarian cock, and then they just stopped. And then like 50% of Roman men became incels, and then and neats, and they stopped working. They spent time gooning to drawings in the sand rather than building nations, and then the entire thing collapsed. It was really sad. Thank you for the 50 bits. What have the Romans done for me? The Romans have literally done nothing for me. Honestly. They don't deserve anything. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, they were too busy drawing cuck porn hieroglyphs. and that's when the Roman Empire fell. They were painting cuck porn on pots, and that's when the end of the empire was near.
You and I agree on so much there. But where I wouldn't say lose you, but I may fail to fully understand you, is on that axis of citizenship, what does ethnicity have to do with the matter? And I think you would be well served, and maybe this could be a great platform for you to do it, to make the case for why that, what you put at WASP basis for the American identity, how is that relevant against a backdrop of which you got the WASP seventh generation descendant of some rich guy on the Upper East Side in Brooklyn that pretends to hate this country because it's the cool thing to do, versus somebody who came here as the kid of immigrants but pledges loyalty to this country? If loyalty was the axis for citizenship, aren't you actually committing a bit of a sin, reverting back to a conception of citizenship that has nothing to do with loyalty in the first place?
I like this because I like this. It is actually a good question, but he's tiptoeing around it so much. He's just asking, please explain why it's right for you to be racist against me due to my skin color and heritage, even though I love the United States. Please explain that to me.
Well, I will say many of those seventh generations WASP I definitely hate. I know we have a lot of really, really bad ones, but like I said, anyone can adopt this. I guess what I just said, if any of your children,
I guess the blacks can
marry a DAR, I would definitely vote for them for president. It's not so much. It's
what are these? I check. Am I lost? What the fuck is a WASP? I don't know. I'm like, I imagine it refers to white people, but specifically probably the, like, around the fucking like people descended from the Anglo-Saxon immigrants who came here originally. White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Oh, that's what that means? WASP? You really call like your... I'm sorry, this is so funny. This is actually really funny. Can you imagine having you're making a case for why your political ideology is right based on race, okay? And And the name you give for the people that you give deference to is is wasp. It's actually cartoonish. Like you name it after like the worst animal to like the worst insect that your average person gets near on like a daily basis during the summer. It's like, I don't know, at that point, why not just call them like Hydra or like mosquitoes? Wasp? Can you imagine being like, yeah, we're the good guys. We're wasps. All right, sure. Wasps understand the revenge. Wasp be like, bees will not replace us. They're mixed. Those bumblebees coming into our area, they're black, yellow, and white. Those, they're not like us. We have to stop the Great Wasp War. The wasps understand. The wasps never forget. Dude, bees will not replace us. That's crazy. I'm losing it. You're a fan. You really are. Those yellow jackets be invading our hives, taking our queens. Ooh. No, it's me. It's guys, it's us, the wasps, the hydras. We're the good guys, I promise. I promise. Wasp up. Thank God they're not Africanized though. Oh, sheesh. That would have been scary. A wasp girl with a bee boy. The hive has fallen. Bros, it's over. The hive has fallen. The hive has fallen. It's bros, it's so over. Oh no, we're being replaced. Oh no. These migrant bees from other hives, they need to go. The hive has fallen. Billions must buzz. Not the wasp cells.
It's more, president is different. You have to be natural born, as you know, which, by the way, Ted Cruz is not, basically on because of what you were just describing. Where is the loyalty? So ambassadors' children born actually in the United States are not natural born, but that's a total sidebar. I've gotten
It's actually not a sidebar at all. I mean, the fact that ambassadors' kids born in the United States are not citizens is actually an overlooked fact. If a kid of an ambassador from Mexico does not enjoy birthright citizenship, neither does somebody who's in this country.
She didn't elaborate much.
Yes.
Birthright citizenship either, right? So that's actually a quite important logical chain. But I go back to, forget even because you get to this constitutional, legalistic, and I like that stuff, but we'll just put that to one side for a second. But the essence of American identity, I think there's a part of you that believes, I think you basically said so, that part of that identity is tied to a certain Anglo-Saxon heritage of this country, and that you're more American if you've vested into that over the course of generations that are descended from that, rather than somebody who came here with a civic commitment to the country, went through the naturalization process, and then their kids may, in some real sense of the word, and the reason I respect you is that you actually have the, so to speak, the stones to be able to say it, is that you think that there's a difference in the status of.
What do you say to women? Like you have the, like when women have the strength, like for guys we say the balls, for girls shouldn't we say you have the boobs to be able to say that? Like, I'm glad that, I mean, like, I respect you. You got the ovaries to say that. She got stone ovaries. I'm not sure how that works. She's got ovaries of steel. Endometriosis.
Of the Americanness of that person. And that's where I think I disagree with you, but I want to give you the opportunity to air the case for that strand of national identity that I think we ought to just smoke out and be able to have a discussion about.
Well, the reason I mentioned the natural-born citizen is I'm only talking about President of the United States. So obviously the framers thought there was something different about being president, the one man who holds one entire branch of government in his hands. It doesn't just say anything about who could be a Supreme Court justice, and they have a little more power than the president, by the way.
Yeah, man, but they also, like, had sex with minors and owned slaves. So I don't really think they're completely fallible on all their ideas. I'm not gonna listen, like, I get people definitely have some deference towards the founders, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. We can abide by the law. I don't abide by the people. I don't abide by the guys themselves, you know, in their moral code. Like, it's obviously flawed. Very, very, very obviously flawed. Them bitches can be wrong. They were very wrong, like, all the time, actually. That's a bonus for her. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Or Secretary of State or governor, or obviously senator or any other position, but president, and I guess by extension, vice president. That is something that the framers did think was so important that you had this deep generation-wide loyalty. And why would they think that? Well,
I don't know, because they were like 2 steps from living in the Stone Age. Why would they think that? Because they had old views that were less educated than ours today. Yeah. Sorry. That's the real reason. They had rudimentary national views on how to form a functional government in society. Yeah. We got 250 years of experience now. We know a little better.
As many said at the time, freedom is a wonderful thing, but it's a very hard thing to learn. And one of the things, and I cite these polls in my book, Adios America, it's striking and
Adios
depressing.
America?
That lots of our very best immigrants just do not understand the Second Amendment. They do not get the First Amendment, and you take polls of them. You know, should you have a right to bear arms? Should hate speech be banned? And it's noticeable that large percentages of immigrants and children of immigrants really don't get that. And I think that is the point of having natural born citizen only for president, that this is a really delicate thing we have, this freedom to bear arms and there being no such thing as hate speech. And it's just an additional little safeguard.
I don't know. It's really funny because most of the people that disagree with those laws are white people. It's white people who the vast majority of the people who agree with all that stuff and have like solid opinions on that stuff are other white people. I mean, safeguard. Yeah, it's to safeguard us from the dirty ideas from the Browns, you see. Like thinking hate speech is bad and guns are too rife in this country. You see. That's something that only the Browns would believe. Us here in the US, we just have different thoughts, you know? This is crazy. I'm gonna be honest. They don't. It's really funny how they're like, oh, they don't understand these amendments. Now they don't like them. They don't like these amendments. It's not that they don't understand these amendments. They just disagree with them. or disagree with some parts of them in parts or in whole. You disagree with amendments in parts or in whole. Is every single amendment now some that, like, I don't like conservatives. I hate, one of the big things that I hate about this country right now is the fact that many people believe that the Constitution is like the 10 Commandments. It's something that George Washington and crew all came down from the mountaintop, written, ordained by God himself. And this is what we live by, because the Lord of Lords told us exactly how exactly we should run a country. And all the amendments are written by a higher power, smarter, and who do better than us. And that's why none of them could ever change. No, it just doesn't make any sense. The Constitution is a living document that should change constantly with its people. It's really weird. I hate that idea that the Constitution is just some set in stone, written by some metaphysical deity who bestowed it upon us. The Second Amendment is literally just one sentence. It really is just one sentence. Yeah. Want to watch Kickstream Felonies with me? Yo, later in the stream, once we're done with some of this.
My question for you on that is, because the left is actually very good at using what I call proxy logic. I reject proxy logic, but the left is actually very good at this. They'll say we need diversity in a corporate institution. So we're going to select for diversity of thought, not by screening candidates for the diversity of their thoughts, but by screening them for the diversity of their skin color, which is a really curious thing. If you care about diversity of thought in a boardroom, why do you care about diversity of shades of melanin or the diversity of your X or Y chromosomes?
You know what's really funny is that if they're consistent in their logic, conservatives would completely agree with this then, because they believe that she's literally sitting here and saying that these minorities think, remember, literally a moment ago, she said that these minorities that come into the country, them and their children, think differently than natural born Americans. So if that was the case, that they just simply think differently, and it's like in their blood to think differently, wouldn't you be choosing different ideas by choosing different skin colors? Wouldn't that make sense then? But now they're gonna like scoff at the idea because they don't want to stay consistent. They stay consistent in their views on this topic. It's funny.
You could have a room full of people that look really similar to one another and think very differently, or a room full of people that look really different and think the same, which is much of what you get in corporate America today. So that's what I call reasoning by proxy, where one of the things I've often said to the left is, if you want to select for diversity of thought, screen candidates for the diversity of their thoughts. If you want to select for diversity of experience, screen candidates for the diversity of their experiences. That might be a better way of achieving your stated goal than to use the logic of proxy. So again, the constitutional questions to aside, I think we're talking about a cultural matter relating to national identity. My question for you is, I worry that you may, I say this respectfully, maybe making some of the same category error that our friends on the left make, to say that, yes, it is shameful that immigrants and kids of immigrants often have no idea what the heck the Bill of Rights is actually about. That the Second Amendment exists not to protect some guy who wants to go sport hunting, but it's the one amendment that puts the teeth in all of the other ones. That the First Amendment, the right to free speech, means nothing if hate speech is carved as a category, because the definition of free speech is the right to express any opinion, no matter how heinous it is. And that's protected and backstopped by your ability to protect yourself physically, if necessary, from a tyrannical government that otherwise will be prone to overreach. And so these are basic concepts that many immigrants, first-generation Americans, and for that matter, I can say it from having gone to school with many of the waspy varieties that populate places like Harvard too, where I've gone, goes for any sixth or seventh generation American too. It's shameful, the level of civic absence of knowledge, a black hole of understanding of the history.
Yeah, man, this isn't like not understanding. I get it. I just don't care. It's a completely different thing. Like have you ever met somebody who does this, where you explain, where they come to you, okay? And they explain, you're like, yeah, I don't agree with that. Something that they just said. And then they explain it. And you go, yeah, I know. I don't agree with it. And then they're like, no, you don't get it. And then they try to explain it again. And you're like, no, I get it. I disagree. And they're like, no, wait, you're not getting it. Because to them, understanding and agreeing are the exact same thing. So if you're not agreeing with them, obviously you don't understand it. Because if you're understanding, you'd agree with me right now. And if you don't agree with me right now, obviously you're not understanding. You just don't get it. That's why you're not agreeing, obviously. That's why these people have different views than me on the way we interpret the Constitution, is because they just don't understand the Constitution. Yeah, okay, buddy.
History of our country. And I guess my question for you is, why solve for that through what I would argue is a pretty poor proxy, whether or not you're talking about a safeguard? If there could be a safeguard to ensure that you have leadership, loyalty, and an understanding.
That was the essay I wrote for my law school application essay, and my mentor at Cornell read it and just threw it over his shoulder and said, "Fine, take the flamboyant route." So anyway, that's what I argued low these many years ago. Yes, couldn't agree with you more. And no, of course, they don't care about diversity. Number two, I mean, it isn't really true that the seventh generation WASPs are voting worse than the immigrants. One of the problems with the immigrants we've been taking in, actually probably any immigrant, but definitely 90% of legal immigrants come from the third world. They're used to authoritarian governments. They block.
Okay, wait a second. Let's see. What do you say?
Any immigrant, but definitely 90% of legal immigrants come from the third world.
Okay. I'm not sure what she categorizes as the third world. Let's see. Permanent residents. Here, let's see. She really is disgusting. Yeah. So 27% of immigrants were permanent residents and 5% were temporary residents. 23% were unauthorized immigrants. All lawful immigrants. Here we go. Where do lawful immigrants come from? Oops. Where do lawful immigrants come from by Pew Research? Let's see. Mexico is the top origin country. That is not a third world country, just so you know. No matter what you think about Mexico, even though if you think that you go into Mexico, the world turns yellow, Mexico is not a third world country. Of the US immigrant population in 2018, roughly 11.2 million immigrants living in the United States were from there, accounting for 25% of all immigrants. Okay, so that's 25%. So no matter where the rest of the immigrants are from, this is over 90. It can't be 90% that come from the third world. The next largest origin groups are China, not a third world country, India, not a third world country, Philippines, not a third world country, and El Salvador, also not a third world country. Okay, so that's just not true. By region of birth, immigrants from Asia combined account for 28% of those immigrants, to a close share from Mexico, 25%. Other regions make up smaller shares: Europe, Canada, North America, and the Caribbean. Europe, Canada, North America, and the Caribbean, that's 13%. That's just from Europe, Canada, and other places in North America is 13%. That's already, even if that was just it, that'd be above 90%. The Caribbean 10%, Central America 8%, South America 7%, Middle East and North Africa. The only ones where you can really say are straight up from quote unquote third world countries would be some people from sub-Saharan Africa, some people from Central and South America. If you want to do that, sub-Saharan Africa, that's me. Hello. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So me when I lie, or maybe she thinks just brown countries are third world countries. If most of the people that live there are brown, then it's a third world country. Maybe that's what she's talking about. Most of the people that 90% of the people who come here are brown. Maybe that's what she means.
They want this. They're used to authoritarian governments. They block votes. And every 4 years, I have to hear about how, no, I think we're going to take the Hispanic vote this year. I think we're going to get the Asian vote. No, you're not Republicans. Every election is decided by slight movements of the white vote. Now, the fact that the white vote is that close, yeah, okay, I hate 50% of them, but they're the ones who change their mind and look at the different candidates. It's much more easy to boss around people who've come from an authoritarian culture. And yes, take your point that this is, at least for this one position, president, you are looking at something other than just what the person actually believes. But, no.
The bad whites, we hate you. You're not like us. I don't know. This is kind of funny to me. I'm going to be honest. This one's a little hilarious. As you see, all of them come from, I can't believe all of them come from these authoritarian cultures, and they're against all of my views, which she probably signs on to things like Project 2025, she wants more authoritarianism in the country. She wants more authoritarianism in the country. She just wants it to be to the benefit of wasps, I guess, of the bugs. She just wants it to benefit them. That's the only problem.
Nobody really knows what a person actually believes, so why not have a fail-safe? I want to hear you say it, and I'd also be more comfortable if you're third generation and have some English or British blood in you.
You know what? Maybe I should take up this thought process. I'm going to be honest with you. People who are from conservative areas, who have more overbearing governments where they were born, they shouldn't be allowed to run for president because they're used to authoritarian governments. They're used to their governments trying to reach into people's lives too much. And I think that it's just kind of in their blood, and it's kind of tainted them. It's made them a worse human being. So I think I gotta be honest. This is crazy, man. All right. Well, we got that there. This one's kind of wild. All right. After this, obviously everybody was coming out to be like, yo, Vivek, she was just so racist to you, straight up to your face. And you just kind of didn't really do much about it. And so he had a little, he made a little video about it, right? And Coulter challenged me. I challenged her. This episode will challenge you. You're not gonna want to miss it.
My new episode of the Truth Podcast with Ann Coulter is available now. And this is one you're not going to want to miss. We discuss the N-word you're not supposed to say anymore, nationalism. Ann and I are both on the right, but we have some very different views here as it relates to what is the heart of American identity. What's the difference between an ethnic lineage-based identity versus an ideals-based identity? A lot of overlap in our views, but a lot of differences too. We don't have differences like this discussed in the open within different thought leaders on the right, and I think that was what made this a particularly fun episode. She challenged me, I challenged her, and hopefully it'll challenge you. Download it now.
Yeah, no, I won't be doing that, but it's reserved for WASP. Sorry, WASP only. Actors everywhere. You're morally and ethnically challenged. Yo, what the fuck? Yeah, what is this comment section, man? He has to do. Can you imagine? You have to deal. You're a brown conservative. You have to deal with this every single day, bro. He said he's ethnically challenged. Okay, Arup Chatterjee. All right, buddy. Yeah, kindest Twitter blue user. Your ethnicity has never once crossed my mind. What's your message for your European supporters? I don't know, man. Love this and shared the conversation with others. Truly a masterclass. And the bots. While she roasted you, they will never let you forget that you're not one of them. You platform this, embarrassing. The challenge for you is to accomplish anything for society before you attempt to lead it. Yo, dude, what the hell does Donald Trump did before he ran for office, man? What? Just like dodge the draft and rape women? Is that it? Very funny stuff. But not the comeback. Like, God, dude, I promise, I'm so chill. Got a small loan of $1 million. $1 million. All right, Vivek. Well, you know, you do your thing, dog. Yeah, man, that's really something right there. All right, I hope it's working out for you. I hope that works out for you, man. In all your endeavors, sure. Anyways, how was your day today, doll? I see the dogs already greeted you. Are you dead? Still dead? Nobody's coming in today these days? A guy made you anxious on the road. What happened? He was zooming with his truck? Yes. So he rode your ass on the road and was just right on your bumper going up the hill, and it spooked you? Yeah. This is the guy next to you. You were going the same speed. The guy next to you sped up, but you were scared to speed up because you didn't know what the guy behind you, the crazy man on your bumper, was gonna do. Oh, you're just gonna scare what his next move was. Yeah. Oh, some dude almost like hit the car trying to like swerve it out of lanes. That's wild. I remind you of that guy? What are you doing? Yeah. He did the same thing again? He did all that work just for a red light? That is so funny. You gotta be careful with those guys, babe. They're spooky. Psst. That's so funny. That's so funny. Oh, yo, babe. I'm still working. I got 2 more segments to do. Do you think you could handle the chicken? Begin marinating the chicken? Take the chicken out of the package. Throw it in the pot. We'll throw it in a like a glass bowl, and then hit it with salt and all the spices and the Greek yogurt, and then cover it with cling film and just no, not the air purifier. No. And then put in the fridge to marinate. Man, his dirty ass knocked the air purifier over and it turned on because of that. You pick that up, please. He's a menace. All right. Out. Out. No, out. Out. Sorry. Has to be that way. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Yeah, and then putting the spices in it. We're making chicken shawarma on yellow rice today for dinner, chat. I should be done by the time the chicken's done marinating. That's all. Okay, give me one moment. Can I go in your bowl? It's where that's what the Greek yogurt is for. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna find out. To make sure. What's chicken is this? Serve 6. Let's find out. Paprika, cumin. Yo, how much chicken? 2 pounds. Boneless chicken. Okay. So you would do, yeah, this seems about, this seems about right. Seems about right. Only, do they have a Greek yogurt on here? You see it? These people are stupid. He has returned? Oh, it's shady now. But what are you doing, dog? Chill. Oh, just got in. Is it about to end the stream? No, we're talking about making chicken shawarma tonight. That's the goal for tonight, to make chicken shawarma. Move. He's completely lost it now, babe. Losing my mind. Oh, my water. Thank you, babe. Were you gonna pet him to make him shut up? Listen, that's just dogs, you know. They're just kind of like that. Oh, the floor is covered too. Listen, they're covering us with love. They're covering us with love.
This might be my favorite.
They're covering us with love. What's happening back there? You good? He's in between your legs. All right. Of course, he has to sneeze.
Why are you breathing so hard?
That's just who he is. Yeah, he's actually kind of losing it.
Ow!
You good? You're struggling today, babe. You all right? Do you need a hug?
Yes.
Okay. I'll give you a hug. Yeah, I found it. Okay then. Yeah. Wait, was there salt in this? Yeah, you're absolutely covered. Yeah, you gotta watch out when you got these dogs around. That is so funny. All right, here I got you the chicken shawarma recipe that I normally use. Yeah, this is the one that I normally use. He is. I mean, sure, he's kind of cat-like. I'm gonna add something as well. One tablespoon of tomato paste. All right. Yeah, so it's that whole list plus 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Okay. And then we should be good. Get the Lebanese pita bread. I would enjoy that, but we do not have pita in right now. Yeah, you two have fun, okay? Okay, it's been about 3 hours, so I'm going to take a little break, okay, chat? I'm gonna take one break here to use the bathroom because my ass gotta pee. I got to pee. Lurkers in shambles right now. I know, right? Tortillas do work fine, but we're probably not going to use either today. We're going to put it over white rice. So it's going to be like the chicken shawarma chicken over white rice with like with sort of like a garlic sauce on it with some, you know, some tomatoes, some lettuce, some cucumber chopped on top. Put some fresh onions on there. I feel like it go kind of nutty. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like it tastes really good. All right. So here's this. Enjoy. Hassan's going to be here with you, so you don't feel sad. All right, and I'll be back here in a sec. Okay. See you in a moment, chat. I have no clue why that girl decided to pet Shady so hard in here. She left when she did that, she left so many fur dust balls like just laying around the room. There's like 6 tumbleweeds around the room now because of that. One mistake and it's all over, just like that. All right. We did it. We did it, Reddit. Is this all the stuff for these guys? Let me see. Let me see. All right. You think we should get to the you think we should get to the stream title? What's going on there, chat? To catch a kick streamer. Let me see if I can get this. Kick streamers are so crazy, man. They scare me so bad. They scare me so bad, man. Where Campbellers and PDFs get along, right? So this is about the John Zerka and Heel Mike situation. Chat, have you heard anything about this yet? It's so bad. It's no, yeah, it's real. Another kick streamer, another couple kick streamers did something absolutely horrible. Genuinely horrendous stuff going on. See if I can find this out for you. Yeah. More horrible than usual? I would say more horrible than usual. I just know Heel Mike is the guy who live streamed himself getting sucked off his first day on Twitch. Well, you gotta burst on the scene somehow, right? You gotta make yourself known somehow, right? Yeah, so I can open up that one, and there's a couple layers to this, all right? So I just want to make sure I got this all for you. Chat also. I was thinking about playing more Tekken on stream. Do you know what they did? They nerfed my girl. They nerfed Lily. Why? She actually did nothing wrong. She literally did nothing wrong and they nerfed her. It probably the saddest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. They were like, oh, new patch is coming out, a whole bunch of changes. I was like, sick. And then they said, and then I saw Lily nerf. Why? She's such a you know, such a nice girl. She did nothing wrong. Literally nothing wrong. Yet these savages still come after her for no reason. These savages. Rip Lily. She was actually just minding her own business, really. Oh yeah, I was also chilling in r/get disciplined, and I saw this one post and I thought it was really funny. The headline of the post is how to stop having impulsive racist thoughts. I thought this might be useful for some people out there. So I wanted to look through the comment section sometime on some advice that people gave. How to stop having impulsive racist thoughts. Very important. She was too powerful for this world. I really think that people were just angry that they didn't know how to play against Lily. Because I'm just going to be honest with you. Lily doesn't have a bunch of crazy stuff. She doesn't have a bunch of crazy stuff. She isn't like, you know, she's not like June. She wasn't like Devil Jin or normal Jin. Okay. She wasn't like Azucena or Dragunov or Fang. Those are crazy characters that needed to have their legs cut off. She's not Law. Law needs his legs cut off. Jin needs his legs cut off. Fang needs his legs cut off. Lily doesn't need her legs cut off. She doesn't. She doesn't deserve that. She doesn't deserve that. Ever played Bloody Roar? I did actually. It was a really good game. That was some good stuff right there. That was some good stuff right there, right there, right there. Boom. Okay. All right, so we set this up. You guys want to talk about Kick a little bit? You guys want to talk about what's going on Kick? Can I do a slash marker now? Wait, let me see. Slash marker. PDF. Now, unexpected error. Try again. I don't know. I just can't do that. They just won't let me. I don't know why. Not really, but go ahead. Content time. I got a really interesting, crazy and genuinely mind-numbing story that I need to tell you guys. It happened the other day over on Twitch's rival, Kick. Twitch's evil brother, the delightful kids from down the lane to our codename kids next door, our Negachin, Kick streaming. Now, Kick has only been around for about 2 years, but in that short time, in that short life, if it was a baby, it couldn't even really speak yet. But in that short life, Kick has racked up quite the reputation, being the free speech platform that has people come over for, that wants to woo over Kick streamers and other streamers from other platforms with a higher monetization rate, more freedom of liberty when it comes to the content that you can make, the very lax banning policy, and the ability to be bumped up by the premier streamers like Aiden Ross and Trainwrecks. Okay, but in that short time, they've and the people that they've been able to garner on their site have been nothing but trouble. And nothing but trouble. And whenever you hear a Kick streamer in the news, it's always something terrible, like snatching women, like snatching people's food off of their tables as a prank, or having sex in front of a child while live streaming, or harassing homeless people and setting off fireworks next to their head as they sleep, or blatantly doing drugs on stream, or even trying to commit vehicular manslaughter. It's possible that you'll even catch some Kick streamers with 121 views drinking and driving while speeding down an LA freeway for views. And while all of this is terrible, and all of this is true, and all of this is just things that have come out of Twitch so far, I'm going to tell you probably what I think is one of the worst things to come out of Twitch so far, if it's as true as we think it is, which there's a lot of evidence mounting that that's possibly the case. Kick has a predator problem, all right? And I'm not talking about the big cats that roam in the night. I'm talking about child predators. I'm talking about the PDFs. I'm talking about people who abuse young ones and little ones on the platform. It's something that's become much larger and more pronounced as Kick streamers have been trying to do anything and everything to make themselves more known, to get an article written about them, to boost up their fame, and use Kick's very lax banning policy to be able to get a slap on the wrist or no punishment whatsoever, have everybody talk about your name for good or for bad. Publicity is publicity, and then skyrocket your career into living in a multi-million-dollar mansion in LA until you are found comatose with the Overwatch matchmaking playing on your computer. There are many videos out there of some of the most disgusting people on Kick. Jay Aubrey just released one. Something About Chickens released a really interesting video about this as well.
This is Riot LOL. Omar is his real name. He's a 20-year-old Kick streamer, TikToker, Twitter/X user, whatever you want to call it. And here's him about to get a girl that's clearly, let's say, not of age to expose herself live on his stream. But before we get there, let me tell you about a website.
Yeah. Anyways. And then he goes on to talk about Monkey a little bit. The website he's going to be talking about is Monkey. It's a competitor to Omegle, that place where you either say racial slurs while somebody's going by, or you just find child predators. There's only like two types of people: children and child predators. That's really the only two types of people who use websites like this. And this is referring to the predator type. Okay, it's become really popular on Kick to go on to Monkey specifically, and then proposition young women to expose themselves on stream for views. And that's what these type of guys do all the time. Take off your clothes, let me see you, all that type of stuff. Okay, this guy specifically is a very bad one, a very, very bad one. right?
I don't really fuck with like boring dates, you know what I'm saying? They gotta be like fun, right? Not awkward, not corny. I don't like the boring dates, you know, where it just feels like unorganic and it's just like cringy and awkward. So I like to do something to break the ice. So probably like a carnival. A carnival. Okay? So like play some games, ride some rides, you ride me. And then like I'll win you a cute bear.
He tries to quote unquote rizz up these girls by saying the same lines over and over again just so that he can eventually. But Riot is friends with them, and they're not doing anything about it.
Bro, but what's like a word that rhymes with grape? So everyone spamming 3 I think really likes you, you know? Like really likes you. Oh my god, dude. Dude, that 3 trend is crazy, bruh. We literally started some, bruh.
Yeah. Anyways, you get the idea. Real freaky stuff, real horrible stuff going on over there on Kick. But this was just online. I want to talk about some stuff that put Kick back in the news again that happened offline. 2 streamers, you probably never heard of them before, Heel Mike and John Zerka. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't. But they're 2 Kick streamers. They were on other platforms, but now they're banned from almost all of them. And now Kick, for a certain amount of time, for what Kick likes to call underage engagement. That's what they like to call it. This little bish is 24. Heel Mike calls out Kick after being banned for underage engagement. John Zerka, I unfortunately have known of him. Yeah, so John Zerka, he's a guy who burst onto the scene not too long ago, about in 2019, on a platform called the Raj Royale. Where basically they bring on a bunch of crazy streamers and they scream at each other for for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, and they just scrape money off of it. It was an incredible money printing machine. Basically, he got a lot of views for being genuinely insane and off of his meds. He's one of those guys is those, you know, pretend Christians where they like to speak about the tenets of Christianity but act in the most degenerate way possible, and people who like to use the term degenerate a whole lot. I usually only use it in these contexts specifically for these types of people because these are probably the worst people that we can know of right now. His content these days revolves around him going out in like LA or Miami, soliciting girls at bars as young as possible. Because he wants girls as young as possible to come back to his house. They get them drunk, and they make content out of them from getting them drunk and, you know, doing what you think and taking advantage of them, right? Basically, in the situation, that's what their content is. That's what it's all about. And Zerka has a long and sordid history of being a pretty wild person. A lot of people really like him because he's so crazy and he says things that are really out there. Like a little while ago, Zerka was on a podcast where he explained himself with his ideas surrounding teenagers.
That I saw on the internet that we have to address, dude.
Sorry.
You have said some weird shit that I saw on the internet that we have to address, dude. You were talking about teenagers.
Oh, them?
Yeah, like I was gonna say it, but yeah, like what's up?
I love that.
Why though, man?
Okay, so
because here's my deal with it. Like it just sounds fucking weird to say.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, it sounds fucking creepy. But when I was 21 years old, most of my options were those 19-year-old girls at the club. Because in Canada, you can go 19 in the club, right? Here's like 21 or whatever for drinking. So 18, 19, they'd come to the club and stuff. And 21 years old, I found them cringe. You have a car? You know, I found it weird. 18-year-old woman is not as attractive as a 25-year-old. She does her makeup better. She's better built. She's kind of everything's better, but she comes with an opinion, so it's fucking cringe. But 21 years old, didn't touch the teenagers. Said, I don't want that. I want my age. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Never touched a teenager. Then one party I went to, it was with Dakota Tyler, some porn star, but now she's like ex-porn star. She quit, right? There was an article about me and her, and she looks very young, so they called me a pedo by these ugly liberal feminists, right? Or leftists, whatever, all one shit to me. And I got so angry that I got painted as a pedo for her sitting on my lap that I fucking...
How old was she?
20 or 21.
Okay.
But she looks very young. They painted me as a pedo just because I'm a Trump guy, and I said, you know what? Grab this girl, and I'm kiss her. Nope. I'm finding a real 18-year-old, a real, like on birth certificate, and I'll fucking kiss her. I didn't kiss her. I found the 18-year-old and I fucked the shit out of her, and I fucking broadcast the whole thing, us getting out of bed together. These articles freaked the fuck out. And
so yeah, this is the type of guy that we're working with, right? This is the type of guy that we're working with. Very strange man, very peculiar guy.
I'm also 16.
I don't give a fuck.
So yeah, very, 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 very curious guy. He likes to make these type of jokes, like PDF jokes. Oh, I'm like, for him, he's saying things like, oh, I'm in his words, a PDF. Oh, I'll do this, I'll do that. Oh, I really like young girls. He does genuinely like young girls, but he also likes to joke about it a whole lot as well. Jokes, a whole bunch of jokes. He jokes about it constantly. They're all jokes, funny jokes, hilarious jokes, the most hilarious jokes. It was all really funny jokes until he and his friend Heel Mike were banned for what Twitch likes to call, what Kick likes to call underage engagement. So let me regale you a little story here, all right? John and Mike decided to do their normal thing where they go live, solicit girls, try to find girls as young as possible, go to bars, go to clubs, try to get them to come back, get them drunk, well, like record them, be like, I'm so cool, I'm so epic, I'm having sex with all these girls, right? That was the thing. But these girls that they brought back this night were a little younger than they usually go for. So young, in fact, that they wanted to ID them. They wanted to ID them. They wanted to take a look at their IDs to make sure they really were as young. Shows chat that they were really that young, right? That they were really of age and not actually that young. Okay? They had them promise on stream, you see, that they were of age.
I didn't even know.
I thought I wouldn't have
Swear on the Bible and God and Christ. Swear on your swear on your mother, your dad, your whole family, your whole family. Look at me. Your whole family dies if you don't say, if you lie. You're above 18.
I'm above 18 on my whole family.
Swear to God.
I swear to God.
Right? And so he's really, really making sure that they're definitely above 18. But my question is, if you're so curious, if you're so worried about them not being actually 18, why would you still go through with this? Why would you simply just not go through with these girls because you're not sure if they're actually 18? Don't you think? If it's so worrisome for you, whether or not they're actually 18, don't you think you just shouldn't do that? Maybe you want to go with some girls who definitely look older than 18, who definitely look older than 16. Don't you really think that that'd probably be a better thing to do, huh? Well, that came out and he tried to use that as his defense, but one problem is that they nuked the VOD before they got banned, but some people got some screenshots of it, and some of the screenshots that came from this weren't, some of the screenshots and videos that they got from it didn't sound too good. Like Heel Mike, after he released that, saying that he definitely made sure that the girls were 18, and I think they were, and they lied to me. There's this clip of him streaming in the whole thing where he instructs the girls to lie about their age.
Second, you got cigarettes, right?
Okay, no, you're...
Second, we have cigarettes, right?
24.
Yeah, where? I'm 24. Okay.
I'll mute this so we don't get banned. But yeah. So yeah. Tell them that you're 18. So well, sorry, tell them that you're 24. Tell them that I'm 18. Tell them that tell them that I'm 18. Tell him that you're 24. Okay, I'm 24. All right? Tell them that you're 24. Okay, I'm 24. They said. Literally telling them to lie about their age, and they go, do I change the age now, changing the age to make it seem like they're older than they actually were. Because not only were they trying to solicit these girls for you know what, but they're also trying to give these girls alcohol as well, trying to make these girls drink on stream with them. All right, and which is, I think, a really big problem, giving alcohol to minors. That is a crime that they just recorded themselves doing. So these girls were getting drunk, very possibly underage, told to lie about their age, and this is what I'm gonna have to keep this in a small one, because I don't want to show kick chat. Kick chat is really disgusting, so I can't show kick chat. Listen to this through, right? Wait, I want to listen to this through one more time, because these guys say slurs constantly, so I want to make sure that this one isn't filled with slurs. One moment, I'm rechecking this one. All right. Like sentenced to the chair, right? And so these are the girls that Zerka was having fun with.
Wait, Dave's doing tequila. I say we go.
So yeah, they're serving tequila. This girl, we're very sure right now, is not 21 and possibly not even 18. Possibly not even 18. That he's all over here. And then he goes to get the girl alcohol and get the girl drunk. Right? She goes to grab some tequila, underage drinking. That's not an 18-year-old. None of these girls look 18. None of these girls look 18 at all. One moment. I think there's another clip here. I didn't see this clip. One moment. Listen, before this, they were having a ball. They were having a great time, man. They were having the time of their lives when they were on Kick.
I meant this. You bought a 17-year-old drink. A 30-year-old that sleeps with 15-year-olds. You fucking pervert. I don't sleep with them. I fuck them.
Hilarious. Oh, so hilarious. As he gets confronted by a group of guys being like, you sleep with 15-year-olds. You're trying to get minors drunk. Get the hell out of here, you freak. He just cackles at his statutory charges. He gets so fun. I hope he keeps this up if he gets brought to court. I really hope he keeps this together. So funny, genuinely hilarious stuff. And they say they're all joking. It's all jokes. It's all hilarious. It's funny. It was really funny for them until they got banned. It was greatly funny until they got banned. People did, I'm not going to show it here, but people did some digging into some of these girls. People did digging into their names, and they found their families on Facebook. One of the girls was 16, and the other girl, they believe, is around like 19 or 20. But there are other girls as well that were there, right? There are other girls that were there, and throughout this whole night and this whole stream, things just started to get worse and worse as they started to realize, hey, maybe these girls aren't as old as we thought that they were. Maybe they aren't as old as they thought that we were. And Zerka started to tweak a little bit after he found that out.
I said, what? She said, December 1st. Go ask her birthday.
I gotta mute some of this, right?
This is not, you're trolling me.
I'm not trolling you. I said that.
Okay.
I'm not doing this for content.
No, because I'm used to Canada. In Canada, you can go to 17, 16. I've never done it, but you can do it. Like,
and that's his argument. He's head on his hands, hands on his head. Oh shit. Wait a sec. Oh shit. Wait. Whoa. Wait. I'm just used to Canada. In Canada, I can have as many 16-year-olds as I want. What do you wait? There's a problem. As they start to realize that those IDs that they were given were actually fake. They checked the IDs again and they looked at them and they were like, there's something kind of wrong with these IDs, but they decided to go with it, and they showed chat. And they were like, oh yeah, look, they're definitely of age. I can't believe it. They're totally of age. They look so much younger. And the nail in the coffin for Heel, honestly, was this picture that he posted in his Discord after everything was said and done. After the stream was over, he took a picture to score his bounty. What the predator hunted down, of him in bed with one of the girls. Now, which girl specifically this is, I haven't seen any straight up confirmation of who that is. But seeing as these girls are incredibly young, that we know now, ranging from about 16 to possibly 24, I really worry that that's not a girl of age. It's legal. I've never done it, but it's legal, I promise. Zero regrets. Good night. He posted in his Discord, 0 regrets. Good night. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Zerka actually started to tweak a little bit and freak out when he realized that these girls might actually be underage. Mike, on the other hand, Mike was reveling in it. Mike was reveling in it. Mike was having a great time. Here's some of the girls. Definitely don't look of age. They don't. I'm just going to be honest with you. They don't look 21. They look about 16, 17. That's what they look. Like, they were like, oh, like Mike's big thing is that these girls were lying to us. Zerka's thing is that they were set up. Actually, they had a girl who was supposed to check IDs, but they said that she failed, and that's why they were there with a bunch of minors, getting them drunk and soliciting them constantly, and that's why they can't be held accountable, because some other woman did them in all for content. And Mike is like, we did nothing wrong, we checked all the IDs, you can't put this on us. This is also Mike during stream.
Are they on my stream? I don't give a fuck. Fake ID? Good. I didn't even know they made those.
I didn't even know they made good, he says. Good. Well, I hope he enjoys his ban if he thinks it's so good. I hope he enjoys jail if he thinks it's so good. So this is where we are, right? This is where we are. Zerka came out to make a whole thing about how the woman who he trusted to be able to do all this ruined it for them, and she set them up for clout to get money out of them because they're rich, and to take them down because she's a hater and a woman. Zerka was like, I did nothing wrong. You would have, if you were in my situation, then you would have done the same thing as me. That's not true. They looked really young. How about you just try and date girls your age? Obviously, he doesn't care. He likes them. Hey, John, I hear you like them young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. I hear you like them young, buddy. He said it multiple times. He said, I like them young. Okay. All right, man. Well, I hope you like that prison sentence. I hope he goes too. This is the problem with all these platforms that base themselves off of trying to be different than the mainstream platforms, specifically for when it comes to who they ban, why they ban, and what they're based in, right? Obviously, all these platforms are based off of making money, but Kick is specifically made through extreme amounts of degeneracy. Kick is a platform that's owned by Stake.com. Stake.com is a gambling site that uses their money and influence to promote gambling to minors through streamers. That got banned on Twitch. And so instead of just thinking about how maybe having these people try to promote gambling to young people isn't a good idea and we should change business models and, I don't know, feed the homeless or something. Instead of doing that, they changed to just making their own website. It was, and the infinite amounts of money that they've got from the infinite amounts of money that they got for rigging games that the streamers that they had played and then getting people into a gambling loop. They use that money, the infinite amount of money through gambling addiction, to start up kick.com with a whole bunch of overhead, but unfortunately at the same time a whole bunch of money pouring in, almost infinite amounts of money to do basically whatever they want. So this Kick isn't beholden to advertisers or people who donate to the website or people who use the website. They are completely set up and maintained by gambling addiction money, by selling addictions to people and selling one of the worst addictions to people. Just so you know, gambling has the highest rate of ending yourself than of any addiction that you could possibly get. And their business model is to get you hooked and lose all your money. That's how it's set up. So obviously a website like that, born in the degeneracy, molded by it, would bring on some of the most degenerate streamers, Trainwrecks and Aiden Ross, whose content honestly revolves around having women shake their tits, being insane, and having almost no scruples or morals. Obviously, having them be the forefront brings in terrible people, right? It brings in horrible people. And so the bait was shit and they got flies as customers. And so this is what's wrong with Kick. Kick is run by money. Money rules everything on Kick. Get views, get money. It doesn't matter how you get there. It doesn't matter what you do to get there. Aiden Ross is probably there if you're close enough to him to talk to the higher ups and get them to unban you almost no matter what you've done. There are multiple streamers who've solicited minors on the platform multiple times, sometimes as their main form of content, who are being let back on because of Aiden Ross and because of other streamers working for them to make sure that they can stay on as long as possible. It is a bed of child predation, and it's only getting worse. This is one of the first times it's happened. I'm going to tell you it's going to be happening more in the future because Kick has no morals. It's not based off of morals. You don't get popular on Kick by being like the cool, nice guy. You get popular on Kick by being insane and driving viewership, by being crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier. You have to be as crazy as possible. That's what you need to do. And this promotes it. You get money off of it. You don't get punished for it. So why shouldn't they do this? Why shouldn't you drink and drive? Why shouldn't you solicit minors on Monkey and on your streams? Because you get paid for it, right? You get paid for it. And some people said that they were banned indefinitely. When I saw Heel Mike's screenshot, he was banned for I think a month, but not indefinitely. The ban had a timer on it. And so they're not for doing this, possibly soliciting minors to drink and also engage in illegal acts with them, a non-permanent suspension, because the higher ups there just don't really believe in permanent suspension. So it doesn't really matter what you do. You're always going to be, it doesn't matter what you do. You can go as crazy as possible as long as you're not sitting on death row. You can make money no matter what you do on Twitch, no matter how horrible it is. And we talk about like problems with free speech, specifically for when it comes to how like the paradox of free speech. But one of the downsides of letting anybody say or do whatever is the fact that when you do, they will. And when you monetize it, of course, they'll make more money off of it. What about murder? I don't think anybody straight up murdered anybody yet, but like the guy earlier, he tried to commit vehicular manslaughter. He tried to run over a guy, another streamer with his car. A guy who was with a guy who was chilling with some street racers who like to blaze down highways and like normal roads at like 150 like 125 130 miles per hour. That guy got into a car crash after he bumped them up and everything and gave them more clout. I'm not sure if somebody died there, right? I don't know. Maybe murder. I don't know. Who knows? As long as you're not in jail for an extended period of time, I don't think a kick streamer would be not okay with doing it, because it's monetized. To be the worst possible is monetized, because being a good part of the community is not what gives you money. Getting views gets you money, and doing something crazy gets you more money. So why shouldn't you do this type of stuff, right? Why shouldn't you? That's exactly what kick is. I think it should be shut down. I think with being around for so little time and having so many problems, specifically, and having no enforcement mechanism to stop children from being harmed. At this point, to stop children from being harmed, I do believe that that kick 100% should be shut down by the government or so. Like the FCC should come down and like fuck their shit up. Right? End of story. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. They 100% deserve it. They're genuinely disgusting people. It is a disgusting website kept up by disgusting people who do disgusting things for a disgusting amount of money. And it makes me sick. All right. Yeah, so we got through that. What do you think, chat? Crazy? Gonna move to a .su. How about a .fu? Said there's no real consequences. I made a tweet. Apparently people were feeling it. I said kick drama is never something normal like cheating in a game. It's always pedophile, rapist, scammer records himself committing 15 felonies, 48-hour ban lifted after 6 seconds. Which I'm gonna say again. True and real. I stand by that one. True and real. I stand by that one. It's never normal drama. It's always the worst possible drama ever. They're so nasty. Water. All right. Okay. It's the government at Kick's door. Yeah, kick that dang door down, man. You're cooking with that one, Shark? I appreciate you. My goal is to tweet less, but to tweet bangers more. Like, you normally don't tweet until it's a huge banger. Young Thug's attorney. Wait, what happened to Young Thug? What happened? Young Thug's attorney sentenced to 10 weeks in jail for contempt of court after accusing the judge and prosecutors in a YSL RICO trial of improperly meeting with a key witness. Free both of them. Did he lose the RICO case? Is he gonna be like executed or something? Are they gonna execute Young Thug? What happened? I wasn't keeping up with this case. Yeah. Sweet retention keeps you dropping bangers. Sometimes you just gotta hold it in a little bit. I was wondering if they were going to be. Is the case even over? Anyone know? It's so crazy how Fani Willis is prosecuting Young Thug and Trump at the same time. That's insane if you think about it. Is this court case still going? Wait, has he even gone to trial yet? Like, what's going on here? Free Thug, but don't though. It's ongoing still right now. Young Thug trial, attorney, contempt of court, taken into custody. He's still in the trial. Has there been any people who've any like lawyers or something who've gone through the case and given their ideas about if Thug's gonna make it out? If Mr. Thug will make it out? Isn't his name Demons or something? His name's Mr. Demons. They arrested Lil Woody when he was on Stan. Jeffrey Lamar. About who's Demons? Somebody else's Demons. Is that the? Oh, there's another guy. It's the guy in the murder. That's the guy in the murder case. I forget. Like killing his two friends. Like he's Is that also in Georgia? I forget. Mr. Thug, sir. Thuggington. That's actually his real name, Thuggington. That's the last name. Family name. Still in trial. He put a hit out on someone? What's it illegal to make plans with friends now? Oh, they put a hit out on me. Okay, I'll hit you too. What's the problem? It's just making plans with friends. Well, we can't have fun now? What's this country coming to? Right. I wanted to talk about Byron Daniels today. But my bad, Byron Donalds today, but I think we'll save it for tomorrow. Chat, do you know anything about what's going on with Byron Donalds? Did you hear anything about that? Did you see his interview with Al Sharpton? No, I didn't, but I was going to go to the source. I was gonna go to the source actually, because Byron Donalds is doing like a around the country slobbering for Trump, where he goes to different black communities and tries to like nig it up with like the local blacks to be able to get them to vote for Trump and why they need to start voting for Republicans instead of Democrats more. It's very interesting stuff. It's actually kind of it's sort of like a Boondock skit. It's insane. It's kind of a Boondock skit. Okay, you know what his like campaigning for Trump for to get black men involved is called? Do you know what it's called? It's called Congress, Cognac, and Cigars. But how? It's kind of insane, isn't it? Like. He's like, okay, what are them blacks like? Smoking, alcohol, but I'm in Congress. Yeah, it's called Congress, Cognac, and Cigars. That's what his thing is called. And it's where he goes to like predominantly black communities and drinks and smokes and tells them why they should be voting for Republicans and to get off the Democratic plantation or whatever. Boondocks less and less of a parody every single day. Sharpton was going off on him. I'm gonna definitely need this one. I'm gonna eat this one up. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna gobble this one down. That one's so good. Beautiful baby has arrived. He's leaving me. He's leaving me. Yeah, that stuff was kind of crazy. I look back through some of the stuff that he said actually on in Congress, Cognac and Cigars, and honestly, it only got worse. It only got worse, chat. Holy, I was losing it, man. You know, wait, let me read out some stuff that he said on here. The interviewer when he was there in Congress, Cognac and Cigars, it's still so funny to me. Can you imagine naming his like black rally? What, like Hennessy 2K in Congress? Like what's happening? Who are you, man? But anyways, the interviewer asked him, why do black women vote differently than black men? Why are black men like voting for Republicans and black women are much more staunchly Democrat? And he said, first of all, there's a difference between men and women anyways. Men have been created by God to be conquerors, to be hunters. That's who they are. And so a black man in today's America is looking around saying, how can I hunt for my people and hunt for my family? They're looking at what Joe Biden has done and saying, I can't hunt. You took my spear. You took my bow. What the fuck, man? I can't hunt. Me and my hood. hunted with my bow. What is he talking? Bro, I have no clue what he's talking about. And take a guess. What did he bring up right after that? Yup, trans people. He thinks black women are gonna start voting for Republicans more because Democrats have been embracing them transgenders too much. And the black women, the single black moms are gonna be like, you telling me a Democrat's gonna turn my little boy into a girl? Ah, shit, hell nah. I'ma vote for them Republicans. And that's why they're going to be voting for Republicans soon. That's genuinely his reasoning for why he thinks that there's going to be a shift among black people towards Republicans and away from Democrats. Not lying. Think he wants to hunt transgenders? That's that guy from Oklahoma. That's the guy from Oklahoma who got who went to court for bullying cancer patients. Oh yeah, one of the other guys, his name is Akbar Muslim. I'm not joking, that's his real name. His name is Akbar Muslim. He is also black. And he said the Trump conviction is going to get more black people to vote for Trump because, quote, he's getting prosecuted. Black people get that. We've been prosecuted. But it's also about who's gonna put more food on the table and make your bills cheaper. Yup, that ain't Democrats. Yeah, okay. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. We're putting you in the contraption. We're putting you in the doohickey, the thingamajig. Yeah, buddy. And we're turning it to 11 too. Tumble dry. Yeah, buddy. Yup. Nah. You are done, sir. You are finished, man. You are not coming back from this one. Do not pass go. Go straight to jail. Muslim is actually a normal name. I'm just saying his name is Akbar Muslim. It's just like the names together. It just kind of, I wanted to make it known that I didn't make that up. It's just one of those names, you know? It's one of those names that sound made up. That's up there with Muhammad Hijab. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's a weird name. Well, I'm not saying it's a bad name or anything. It's just a name that it sounds like something that somebody would just make up, you know? Where it's true, someone did make it up. That's why it's his actual name. But you get what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel me? Yeah, Byron Donalds is kind of an insane dude. All names are made up? Not mine.
Space and red pill?
Not mine. Sharks have been here for a while. Thank you so much. Cymeric, is that how you pronounce your name? For the $10 super chat. Keep fighting the good fight, man. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here with you all more. Getting back to streaming and uploading, I've been definitely feeling better. I feel like I'm slowly getting my life back after that a horrible experience and everything. So I'm very happy to be here with you all, getting back to doing streams. So I do really appreciate you, and thank you so much for the 10. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm an old man in this game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sharks have been here for millions of years. My name was not made up. It's always been. Shark totally made up. I'm about to make up a fisting yo ass. You keep this shit up. High level bloody roar. I'm gonna be honest. They should bring back bloody roar. I'm gonna be really honest with you. They should really bring back bloody roar. If there was like a bloody roar on Steam with you know, with like just with like normal connection, I feel like that kind of go crazy. Did someone say bloody roar? They should really make a new bloody roar. It's cool you can transform into to a monster or something. I like the guy who turned into like the bug, the white bug, and I also like the guy who turned with like the white alien with the you know what I'm talking about. And I forgot his name. I only played that when I was really young on the PS2, during summertime. I remember that. We'd have the whole block come over and we'd be playing Bloody Roar, taking turns and everything. It was really fun. Or the guy who turns into the Big Beetle. The Big Beetle boy was also going nutty for me personally. The Alpha and Omega. All right, I'm super duper double, triple, quadruple, omega hungry, and I think we did a lot. I think we did a lot this stream. What do you guys think, chat? I think we did a lot today, chat. Good stream. What do you think? Good stream? We're making it happen, chat. I'm happy to, oh geez. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to do it. Eat, comrade. I will say this Focalin does not, is definitely a hunger suppressant. It is a hunger suppressant among hunger suppressants. I will tell you that. I definitely have not, I do not normally eat when I take my Focalin. And I think it's starting to wear off because I'm now getting hungry. Yeah, we'll save the Byron Donald stuff for tomorrow. I do want to talk about Harrison Butker, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out how I feel about it later. I kind of want to do some work in figuring out I want to do some work on figuring out what's happening in Africa, in Sudan. I'm just personally not caught up with what's going on over there, and I think it'd be good to learn about it. So maybe like a little research stream, go through Wikipedia, then find the primary sources, and then read through those and read through some think pieces from people who report in the area. I feel like that'd be nice. All right, good. Well, if that's the case, then let's make it happen. What do you think, chat? Does that frog in the back ever wank? No, but that is the official Pepe plushie from the creator, and he comes with a built-in dick. And if you don't know what I mean, like he actually has a bulge that's like the same plastic as the eyes under his pants that gives him a bulge. He actually has he comes with a penis. He comes with a cock, a fat one too. So he doesn't beat it, but he just kind of lets it, you know. He's kind of like the silent strong type. He just lets it, you know. He just lets what you see speak for itself, you know. Yeah, it's bulge tech. It's kind of crazy. Yo, Tavro. Oh, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for the 3 stream streak. Thank you all. Also, thank you all for being around. I know I haven't been very active in the last like basically 2 months, but I really appreciate you all for still sticking around and everything. I hope to build back up the stream community because it's died off a bit in my absence, unfortunately. But I say I need to take some time off. I didn't even purposefully take time off. I just couldn't stream, right? I was just feeling so horrible. I just could not stream. And some days I still feel like that, but I'm trying to push through it and everything, for you all and everything. So I appreciate the continued support. You sold me, gotta buy one now. It's genuinely a nice plushie. It's genuinely a really nice plushie. The outside's great. Why? Just, you know, a mental state, you know, depression, ADHD, together, anxiety, all 3 of them actually kicking my ass. I'm getting jumped. I've been getting jumped. It's genuinely horrible. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a struggle, but it's crested. I feel the problems have definitely crested, and now I'm on the way up. It'll be a slow come back up, but yeah, it'll be slow coming back up. But I am taking it one step at a time, one day at a time, and it's definitely been better. So thank you all for the support once again. I really appreciate you all. And yeah, I think that's it for me tonight. I think I'm just gonna get out of here. I still have some stuff to do. My girlfriend has to yell at me a little bit more before I go to bed. But I appreciate all of you for being around. It's been a great stream. So take care. And I hope to have you back on another meme stream. Have a good night. Wait, this isn't a good ending stream. What's a good ending stream? What's a good ending song? Wait a second. What about yeah, Ortiz Farm. Yeah, this one goes crazy.